And we on. Salute, fam. What's happening, everybody? Zay, salute. What's good with it? Only one I see in here right now. Just gonna chop it up, man. Ain't gonna be too long. Probably about an hour. Maybe shorter than that, depending on who pop up. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I like it. I like it. The heavyweight card we had this week. Who pop up? You know what I'm saying? Haplotype, salute, fam. What happening? Happy New Year. Zay, salute. Happy New Year, bro. What's good with it? But anyway, I was gonna say I like it the card, but that shit could have been for free, man. It was a pretty good heavyweight card. Uh, pretty decent fights, entertaining fights. But they just hit us, man. They hit us upside the head. They hit us right upside the head, man. I liked the Martin. I thought the Martin and Ortiz was the fight of the night, though. Even though I forgot the old boy name. The fight before the Washington fight was a back and forth knockdown drag out until it ended. But I liked the Ortiz Martin fight, man. I thought they was going throwing hands. They was letting their hands go, displaying a little bit of skill. Ortiz finally caught up with his ass and rocked his motherfucking bells. He didn't even know who hit his motherfucking ass. He was froze, stuck. Became a meme overnight. But yep. But other than that, overall, though, the card was decent, man. It could have been for free. We had some better fights, better cards than that on free TV. Just so happened it's just been a all heavyweight card. Cause Rice and Coffee stunk the joint up, man. Coffee had me eating crow with his raggedy self. They stunk the joint up, but you know the other cards are pretty cool. What y'all think about the cards? Zay, was you watching Haplo? Was you watching it? Did you pay for the pay-per-view? J1 Pro, salute. What's good, bro? What you think about the card overall, J1? And who got the fight of the night to you on that card? I said I picked Ortiz and Martin, man. I like it. I liked it the overall fight. I liked it the skills that was displayed. Uh, Martin found his own openings and created his own openings, and so did Ortiz. I think Martin found something slick because that was like a hammering overhand right, like a downward motion type of punch. But it was pretty good, man. Gil Cole, salute. Kev Harris, salute, fam. Oh, Haplo said he didn't buy it. You watched it though? Who? What was the fight of the night to you, man? Which fight was the best fight overall on that card? If you watched it, Kev Harris said nice card, and Ortiz did something special. Yeah, he did. Overcame adversity and silked the show in heavyweight fashion. Had that boy stunned, rocked his belt, had him thinking somebody turned the lights off, had him thinking Ortiz cheated around him, motherfucker. He was looking like, which one of y'all hit me? All in the crowd. Like, honey, you seen that? Gil Cole said, I missed the first fight. Which one was the first fight? Bruce Gold, salute, fam. Bruce Gold's boxing, jazz, and more. Salute. Oh, you made you a channel? Bruce Gold? Salute, bro. J1 Pro said solid card overall. Rice and Coffee was the sleeper, though. Was born, though. But Ortiz and Martin more than made up for it. Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Haplo said, I thought Ortiz Martin was the best main event. It's a good back and forth for a while. Yeah, it was. Kev Harris said facts. Bruce Gold said, I dug that card. Yeah, I dug it too. I just said it could have been for free. That's another some more dollars on my bill, man. My bill for the last few months been high as hell with these pay-per-views. Bruce Gold said, "Give me." Oh, so he did. He said, "Give me a sub, fam." Hey, y'all, shout out, Bruce Gold, man. He got his own channel jumping off. Bruce Gold, boxing, jazz, and more. He got his link up in there, man. Subscribe to Bruce Gold, man. Help our brother out. Y'all know we support each other. Haplo said, Apple said good card, but not pay per view worthy. I agree. I agree with you. That was my only complaint. It was a pretty good card, but it definitely wasn't pay per view worthy. Not even for the $30, $40 or whatever it was. It was a waste. It would have been on TV, got a lot of views. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. But putting it on pay per view and then trying to come back with another pay per view with Thurman versus Barrios, that just really take the lackluster away. So I got to agree with you, man. That's what I was saying. I like the card. It was one sleeper on the card, one boring fight on the card. I mean, but overall, it was pretty entertaining. The most skillful uh, fight of the night, I think, was Ortiz. It was exciting. It was adversity in that fight from both fighters. And Ortiz, even with his old age, he overcame and got the victory. I thought that was pretty good, but it could have been for free. And this ain't even no complaint, just my opinion. I ain't complaining. I paid for the shit. I done seen worse for more. But I seen D-Lo had posted something, y'all. D-Lo posted something, a picture with Jack Johnson and a bunch of old fighters, and they had a guy that looked at something similar to Ortiz, and somebody circled out Luis Ortiz in his younger years. I started dying. I said, boy, the internet is undefeated, man. Undefeated. Man can't come out and show a good display of skills, adversity, in the whole nine. He still get bashed for however old he is. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Gold said, I won't support the pay per view scam going on today. I don't blame you, fam. Gil Cole said Thurman versus Barrio is gonna be a pay per view classic. The only way that shit gonna be a classic if Barrios bring that heat. Even if Barrios win, I don't think it's gonna be a classic. Thurman should beat this boy hands down. I hope he don't come out like AB after the damn fight. Y'all know I beat that boy. The whole world I know I beat that boy. I know y'all remember that shit. Oh, that go bro right there. Trey X in the building. What's good, bro?
Salute, what's going down?
Shit, was talking about the fight card and shit, man. I thought it was a overall pretty good card. We had one boring fight on there, which was the coffee rice, but it was pretty entertaining overall. I thought the best fight was Ortiz versus Martin, and I just didn't think it was pay per view. But what you think about the card and who had the best fight to you of the night?
Yeah, overall, excuse me. Overall, I was pretty satisfied with the card. It definitely had some good action. That first fight was crazy. I thought the stoppage was wrong because I thought Colossae could have continued in the fight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Rice fight it wasn't very good. But I picked him on the channel Raw, so I at least got them 5 points that I needed. But I did pick him by stoppage. I needed that 10. You know what I'm saying? But outside of the main card, though, we got a chance to check out that Frank Martin kid. He like a 7-time national champion. He fight at lightweight. He fought that Romero Duno kid. He got like an amateur background. I think he might come from Puerto Rico or something like that. But he got stopped in 1 round by Ryan Garcia, and he went 4 rounds against this Martin kid. So Martin had a pretty good showing for himself. And then we got a chance to check out them 2 undefeated Cuban heavyweights, Leonero Perro and the other one last name Bruzon. So we got a chance to see where they at. You know what I'm saying? 2 undefeated Cubans, and Perro went out there and got the decision. So I thought overall it was player.
Yeah, what you think it could have been on free TV, or you thought you were just cool with it overall?
Oh, it definitely could have been on free TV, but I will say I was happy about the kind of knockout that Ortiz got. Like we started the year off with a crazy ass knockout. I hear some feedback in the background from somewhere, but we had a crazy knockout, and I think that might end up being like the knockout of the year before it's all said and done. Like it was that crazy, that devastating, and that unique that you don't see that type of knockout all the time.
Yeah, that shit was some type of movie type of. You can't make this shit up kind of shit. That motherfucker hit that motherfucker with some motherfucking frozen type of power. That nigga looked over in the crowd like, "Did you see that, baby? Was it two or three? Was it two or three people that just hit me, baby? Did you see that?"
Yeah, D-Lo said the motherfucker looked like he was calling for a cab.
Taxi! Either that or his mom. Mama! You know when he hit people back in the days, little kid, he hit his ass, called mama,
Hey, that's what they said Michael Jordan was doing to OJ Mayo when he played a one-on-one, talking about, yeah, you gonna be screaming for mama, mama, when he was out there schooling them.
That's what
Yeah,
OT gave it up for an old fashioned boy. That nigga stopped it. I don't know what he said. It could have been anything. That nigga said, Mama! Hey, look, and then right after that, the nigga said, "Oh, you gonna freeze up? You got the right to remain silent. Anything you say will get you fucked up." Hey, had his wrist tied up to the ropes and everything, bro. Then the nigga got up like, "You cheated.
yeah.
You ain't supposed to be doing that. You had me handcuffed to the rope while you was hitting me. You cheated."
All ID said the motherfucker got knocked back into bondage.
Man, I ain't never seen this. That motherfucker was handcuffed to the ropes, though.
Yeah, that
Hey,
shit was
Bruce
crazy.
Rose,
Marlo's Corner, Trey X, what's happening, my brothers?
what's
Salute,
happening?
salute, OG. What's up with you?
Oh, I'll tell you, bro. To me, that was just it was anticipated like it was a Don King extravaganza in my house, man. I was so psyched to see top 20 heavyweights, many of the heavyweights undefeated. I mean, regardless of how talented they were compared to, going back to the Don King extravaganzas, I was just so psyched that they were putting fights like that on, bro. And that first fight, man, oh the
Faults and Colossae.
the Victor Faust and the Kalazi fight, bro. The fight that went 4 rounds
It went
with,
two
with, with
rounds.
yeah, 2 rounds, 4 knockdowns, stopped on the fifth one. I mean, that was like so. What a way to start the year if you're a bloodthirsty heavyweight fight fan like myself, man. That was like wow, wow, and wow.
Rod X, a champ in the building. Salute, champ. Salute, fam. Boxing,
Salute.
salute.
Hey, look at Gil Coles, man. Hey, this motherfucker Gil Coles need to learn how to have sportsmanship, man. Mark ass motherfucker. Well, yeah, I'm with you, Bruce, man. We just kicked the year out with some dynamite type action, man, especially with that Faust and that damn Colossae fight. I just thought that the fight would stop prematurely. I thought Colossae could have continued. And he done showed in the past that he's that type of warrior that if you knock him down, he'll get up. Because he did the same thing against FL Jabba until he couldn't continue anymore. You know what I'm saying? But FL Jabba had him hurt. He caught FL Jabba with the right hand and dropped him. And he showed some toughness, and I thought he should have had the opportunity to continue in this fight. How did you feel about the stoppage?
Oh, definitely, man. Frank Burgess, but excuse me, Samuel Burgess. He was refereeing a couple of fights that night, and I thought he was doing a good job. But the thing about being a ref, I could never do it, man. I couldn't say if it was prematurely stopped. The referee, he's right there in their faces. I didn't think it was. I know I was listening to the commentary during those prelims, and Joe Goosen, he thought it was premature, but he said the same thing. He said, I'm not a referee. I'm not looking in the man's face, and you'd rather be one punch too early than one punch too late. I don't know, bro. I personally thought it should have went on, and I noticed Kaladze, he gave the ref a shot when the ref stopped it, bro. So he was still coherent. He knew exactly what was going on.
He did. I remember that, and I actually thought the ref had a off night. I thought he had an off night in that fight, and I had saw him in at least one other fight, and I saw him interjecting himself into the action a little bit too much for my liking. I like for a referee to kind of play the background and just let the fighters handle the business instead of making himself a part of the show. And I thought he put himself front and center a little bit too much for my liking.
Yeah, I didn't like that stoppage neither because they robbed us. You know what I'm saying? They robbed us of a better fight. Because I think the Kalaze got the potential of getting up and showing out. You know what I'm saying? And overcoming adversity. We done seen it before, but they robbed us They routers are letting Kalase shine or getting stopped or whatever the two. I didn't see him in no danger where it was that serious. You know what I'm saying? He followed the instructions and he pushed the referee like, "What the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
Chill!" La la D in the building. Salute, sis. Yeah,
Salute
I
to
didn't
the
like.
queen.
But the fight was for the 2 rounds that motherfucker went. That motherfucker was a banger though, because they was knocking each other down like a motherfucker. That was a hit.
Yeah. I ain't mean
Well,
to
you know
cut
what
you.
it
I
did
just
show.
gave you an ad lib.
No,
You
I
know
was
what it
just
did show? Kaladzi's supposedly a heavyweight prospect, but it showed that he can be hit easily, and he doesn't have the best chin. What a heavyweight prospect should be showing at this point.
well, he really got caught out of position though. Hyphy salute. He got caught out of position though. He got caught. He didn't transition that offense to defense. He was way. What he got caught with, like an uppercut, a counter, some kind of counter, bro.
Oh, I saw him do. I take a counter right hand, right on the chin, kind of like what he landed on FA, because False was on the attack and he was being careless. And one thing about Kalase, you can't just throw caution to the wind and attack him, because he gonna throw something back. And if he catch you, you might go down, and that's what happened
Yeah,
on the first one anyway. That first knockdown, because
Now he
I think
knocked
that
down Effie Ajagbe, didn't he?
yeah, he did.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I use that as a reference point, but in this particular fight, I think they knocked each other down like 2 times apiece, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, it was an elevator fight, bro. It was just so exciting in that aspect. If you like to see knockdowns, I was on that. I'm like, what a way to start the night, man. It was beyond my expectations, bro. Just for that first fight, and it didn't get any worse, even though some of the card dragged. I was just exciting because like we saw in the Ortiz fight, heavyweights, one punch, the fight's over.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, one fighter got knocked down. He get up, he knocked the other motherfucker down. He get
Oh,
up, knocked him back down. That shit was already, and we was just conversating and what I'm saying, just keeping up with what was going on, and that shit was going down.
Yeah, but like one of our favorite fights of all time is Ron Law versus George Foreman. And this fight kind of like that, or it might have been on his way to being like that, but we didn't get a chance to see that because the damn referee stopped the fight.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
we got stuck up for that one. They made us put our hands up, man. Rabbit ear our pocket.
And then the Luis Ortiz fight, that fight went kind of like you can expect, because both fighters, they came off a layoff. They only had like one fight in 2 years. Both of them. Ortiz he had that one half a round knockout since his knockout loss to Wilder. And Charles Martin last fight was when he knocked out Gerald Washington. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't had that much activity. So I saw Ortiz kind of off his game a little bit early. I was kind of surprised to see Charles Martin come out looking as sharp as he did. You know what I'm saying? But I saw once Ortiz shook the rust off, it seemed like Charles Martin helped him shake the cobwebs off with them 2 knockdowns, and Ortiz kind of got tight and came back on some destruction type shit. You know what I'm saying? And gave us a hell of a knockout to start the year. I really do. I think that's going to be the knockout of the year, man. I think so.
Yeah, he tied them boots up and put something together because that punch was set up. That punch was set up. He disguised that motherfucker looking like, if you rewind it, that shit looked wicked. And it was something similar, but the opposite, right? Because remember when Martin caught him, he was like, he was bent at the knees, and Martin came down with like a hammer type of, you know what I'm saying? That shit was like a hammering type of punch. Like he went down on it, boom, caught his ass in the temple behind the ear type of shot. But this one right here was set up where Martin, he feinted Martin, and Martin put them gloves down. That left hand was something serious. I got the thumbnail. Y'all seen
Yeah.
it? Y'all seen the picture of the thumbnail? Y'all seen that face vibration?
Nah, I ain't even seen it.
Nah.
Oh man, you look at this picture, man. That nigga whole face
like
vibrated.
like a Jersey Joe Walcott when Marciano nailed him back when they got that freeze frame there with the distorted face.
Man, I can see why he checked out for that quick little second. The way that motherfucker punch landed, that shit was perfect. Some kind of like shockwave. It's on the thumbnail. If you ever get a chance to check it out.
Yeah, he
That shit,
countering over the top of the jab. Charles Martin throwing the jab, and Ortiz coming right over the top of that jab with that left hand. Counter left
perfect.
hand, pretty.
Well,
That's what.
Trey X. We do the show with Big Duke on fourth quarter. We talk about bodies, conditioning, and things like that. And and I kind of saw Ortiz as really. I mean, where he's definitely got the experience. Great fighter, bro. But I think we saw experience kind of turn to old age in this fight, man. I just saw his legs having a tough time. And I don't know, bro. I just didn't see the David Ortiz that we've seen in the past. Even though he seems like the ageless wonder, but Father Time, bro, yeah, undefeated, man. And I just saw David Ortiz. I mean, he got knocked down with a jab.
Luis.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Luis Ortiz.
Yeah,
He got bro. It just looked to me like I think he's got another money fight in him that he'll get, but I don't see the I don't see the glorious future for Luis Ortiz. I think Martin was Martin was a superior fighter that night, and just
Well,
for that one barrage where he I mean he was on Queer Street. His arm was caught in the ropes like a Three Stooges flick, for Christ's sakes, man.
well,
And
I push back that to a little. I
hey
push,
Trey, what you say? Somebody said he was in bondage.
like D said, he looked like he got knocked back into bondage. Well, yeah, I push back a little bit though because, like I just said, he coming off a pretty substantial layoff. He only fought one round since his knockout loss to Wilder. You got to have activity in this sport to stay sharp, and he
oh,
went and he went
especially
up and he went up against a southpaw. Both of them were southpaws, and some people might think, well, yeah, they both southpaws, so it shouldn't matter. But southpaws don't get work against other southpaws very often. It's still rare. So southpaws have trouble with other southpaws. So I think it took him a little time to adjust to all of that, shake the cobwebs off from the layoff, and adjust to the southpaw. I can understand why he would have a slow type of start. But I was pleased to see once he got the timing of Martin, he was able to counterpunch him because, as a matter of fact, the punch that he nailed him with was a counterpunch over the top of the jab. And I think that's a good sign. You know what I'm saying? So I think that you should cut him a little bit of slack. I think he a little bit better than what you're giving him credit for right now, even in his advanced age.
Hey, to me, I was just gonna say that saying that, like, you still giving him credit because a lot of people knocking him don't really know how old he is, calling him old. But he getting up in there with like, look at him and Wilder fight. That was wasn't no easy motherfucking tough easy fight for Wilder. He getting up in there beating everybody else. He lost to Wilder twice. That's really it. He was avoided by Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? But so even if he was in that gatekeeper status, he still looked like a tough motherfucker, fucking gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna be a tough opponent for any one of these youngsters.
I will say this. I will say this. I would agree with Bruce in this regard. Normally, when we see Ortiz fight, he win in the rounds. Like even when he lost to Wilder, he was up in them fights on the cards. This is the first time that we ever seen him in a fight where he was losing rounds. You know what I'm saying? Because Charles Martin was winning a lot of the rounds, even on the scorecard. I still got the motherfucker. Let me see. Damn, I thought I had it close by. I'll find it in a minute. But we gave him some rounds on the
He
card.
wants. I was gonna say Martin won some rounds.
Yeah, he won a few rounds. So, this is the first time that we done seen that from Ortiz. So that's like a new look. He out there losing rounds now. But like
He
I said,
he
this
even
is his first high level southpaw though.
he even had the 10-8 round too, which probably put him ahead at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he had two 10-8 rounds because he caught him with the left and he dropped him with the jab. So he had two 10-8 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So I'd agree in that regard.
Hell yeah. Hey, who you like to see him in there next though? What would be a good? Bruce Gold say he'd be back. Hey, but who would you like to see Ortiz in there next? Who would be a good opponent for him?
Man, I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. I ain't just the best when it comes to the matchmaking with the heavyweights, but I did see an article with Filip Rogovic, the guy from Croatia. He called him out. You know what I'm saying? And like in this boxing game, it's hard for slick southpaws to get fights, especially blue chip southpaws with a whole bunch of amateur fights and all that kind of shit. So if he got somebody that's calling him out, I think he should take advantage and go ahead and fight Filip Rogovic.
That's
Rogovic is respectable.
the Arctic Nightmare.
No, that's Robert Helenius.
Okay.
Uh, Philip Ergovich, he was like a 74-15 amateur from Croatia. I think he fought in the Olympics. It might have been like the 2016 Olympics or something like that. He beat the Demarieson guy that fought against Gerald Washington. He beat him in the amateurs. He got a style that he kind of stand up straight. He control you with the lead hand and hurt you with the backhand. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of touch you with a jab, and he be throwing them hard right hands and stuff. He don't really have much of a left hook though, but he a pretty decent fighter though. He pretty good.
Okay. That's
I
what it's
think
like.
you might can consider him like a contender or something now, but he knocked just about all of his opponents out. I don't know what his record is, but I think he got probably just about all knockouts. You know what I'm saying? He got some power and shit. I don't know what that would do for Ortiz though. That's the only thing because he's not really on Ortiz level. Ortiz is fighting for championships. This kid ain't fighting for no championships yet, so it'll be a good fight for us fans. But I don't know what it'll do for Ortiz. But like I said, he got somebody that's calling him out, somebody that do got some kind of respect in the fight game. I think it might be a good fight. Who was you thinking?
Shit, I think I like to see him in there with AJ. I like to see him in there with. I see J1 Pro said ain't that was for the IBF mandatory. I believe it was, but that IBF is tied up right now with AJ and what's his name Usyk. But I was just gonna say I like to see him fight the winner of them, or one of them. I like to see him in a big fight, man. I think it's about that time, man. Wilder gave him a chance. You know what I'm saying? He put up a hell of a fight. It was an exciting fight. I think he still got one of those in him. You know what I mean? I like to see him in there, man. It shit, even the Fury. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury ain't doing shit right now. I like to see them two get in there and get it in. You know what I mean? I think that'll be a decent fight for him and put him up on the pedestal, give him a chance to get right back up at the top. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Go to the gatekeeper status, like Bruce Gold said. You know, had two chances. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't get over the map with both of the two best fighters. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I think it'll be a dope. I think that'll be a dope ass fight him versus Fury. He got skills too. You know what I mean? Uh, he a southpaw. Fury is a tall, lengthy, overweight, heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Good footwork. They both got decent footwork. I think what's the name? Probably the better counter puncher. I think that'd be a dope ass fight.
Tyson Fury already had problems with a shorter southpaw. And that I think Otto Wallin was the one that gave him trouble. I think Wallin and and Ortiz about the same height. If somebody got time, look on box record. If you know off the top of your head, tell me what's the height of Ortiz and Otto Wallin. I think they both about 6'5" or something. And like I said, Tyson Fury already had problems with a shorter southpaw. So I would be interested to see him match up against Ortiz. I think Ortiz got a chance to beat him.
How you say? Uh, said Tough Russ may have been a factor. He said, I doubt if Ortiz can ever look much better than that yet. He still would be favored to TKO Dylan and AJ.
He said, though Russ may have been a factor, I doubt if Ortiz can ever look much better than that. I think he could look a little bit better than that because I think if he was sharper, I think he could have not got knocked down early on. And like I said, if he wasn't going against a southpaw too, because that can kind of throw you off a little bit, man. You've been in the ring with orthodox fighters all your life, and then you get in there with a southpaw, and you're used to the left side of your face hurting, but today the right side of your face hurting because you taking the left hand is everything is flipped, so it kind of throw you off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see him off in there without no rust, going against an orthodox fighter like he typically gonna go against, and then I feel like I have a better gauge of where he at. Seeing him coming off a pretty substantial layoff and go against a southpaw in the first fight back, I think it's kind of hard to judge him off that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, and it took him a minute to get find his rhythm. But that's any fighter though that's coming off a layoff.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to take him by knockout, but I decided to go ahead because Martin was coming off a layoff also. If Martin had activity, I would have thought about maybe taking him or at least taking Ortiz by decision. But since Martin was coming off a layoff too, I was like they might cancel each other out, and it looked like it did.
Hey, you see La D? She said, I'm back. Tregs, you going down on Champ Ross.
Hey, I've been over here scheming and plotting, trying to think what I need to do to go take this shit down in these last five fights. I think I got a chance though on the cool because this last week got some fights that's kind of confusing. You know what I'm saying? I got one in particular in my mind right here that I'm thinking right now that whichever way the guy goes, if I go the other way, I got a chance to win. You know what I'm saying? So I got action. We're gonna see how I play off, man. Let me see if how I can come through in the clutch. But I gotta give him his props though, man, because last week he got 2 knockout bonuses on me, and that's how he beat me right now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give him his props. He got the 4th round knockout for the Martin fight, and he got the 6th round knockout for the Ortiz fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I gotta give him his props.
Nah, D can talk that shit. She in there. That nigga Hypey be talking shit. He ain't even made damn one pick. You know, he ain't made not one pick talking about somebody getting took down. At least La D up in that joint, man. Big boy boxing salute.
Salute to you, man. Salute to everybody.
La D said he can look better because he had some activity. Talking about Ortiz, huh?
Yep.
Big boy boxing said, man, it looked like anyone could knock overall tees with a feather at his stage. At this stage, I mean, what are you talking about, big boy?
I think he's saying it look like his chin ain't worth a fuck right now because he got dropped by a jab. It
Yeah.
did look like a pretty powerful jab though. I remember when I called it, I was like hard stiff jab from Martin or something like that. But I had put it on there that it was a hard jab. You know what I'm saying? Looked like he got a little body weight behind it.
And he got caught off balance too. He wasn't concussed or nothing.
And then at the same time, we do got what's called flash knockdowns in boxing too. Now, every time you get knocked down, it's not always a concussive type of knockdown. Like when Mikey Garcia, when he got dropped against that I can't think of this guy's name, man, but he took a right hand and he sat right on his ass and he was like, man, I can't believe I got caught by this motherfucker. And then he got up and he proceeded to beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it looked like it could have been a flash knockdown. What you about to say, Bruce?
Oh man, I was spacing out there for a second. I forget I forget what I was going to say.
Oh, it's all good. It happens every now and then.
That's why I usually I try not to interrupt, but I usually try to spit them out fast because unfortunately I forget when I get something going, and then it'll just bug me. You know, this old mind of mine is not quite as sharp as it used to be. You know, I just forget things, so I try to get him in there. But I know it was something I was piggybacking on what you were saying, Trey. Probably Ortiz, bro. You know, like I was saying earlier, Charles Martin, he looked great in that fight. He came in shape. I think he was the only heavyweight that came in lighter than he had come in previous fights. And I thought he looked fantastic. I thought he was outboxing Ortiz. And granted, you know, I like I said earlier, Ortiz is getting old and making those long layoffs. It's hard to come back. I mean, you know, in an actual fight, it's just you have to stay ready. We've all talked about that. And unfortunately, at 42 or maybe 45, or whatever his actual age is, I know it's not as easy to get in shape at that age as it is when you're in your 30s, bro. And it's just the way it is. How many great fighters in the past retired before they were 40? It was almost like an unheard of thing. I mean, when Foreman won the title at 45, that was history breaking. Now there's a plethora of active fighters fighting at 45.
It ain't even just boxing. It goes to other sports too. Like look at Tom Brady, like 44. Ain't no other quarterback ever played on his level at 44. Look at
Yeah,
LeBron James.
but boxing, bro, boxing is different. I mean, football, that's that's mayhem for what, for 6 seconds, and then there's a break. I mean, but boxing is just constant action, and 45 minutes of fighting or getting hit. I don't know. To me, boxers are just a superior athlete, and I just don't think the body is meant to take those beatings, especially when after 40. I don't know, bro. I'm sure we've all been there, and it's just different, man. I've said before, man. You know the 35-year-old me would kick the shit out of the 25-year-old me, but the 35-year-old me would also kick the shit out of the 45-year-old me.
I
Hey,
understand what you're saying, but I'm saying that it's interesting that in multiple sports you see people doing better in later age. I think it's something to be said about that. That at the exact same time, you see people doing basically record breaking things at a later age. Like LeBron James, ain't nobody played as well as LeBron James at age 37. The man is out there. What kind of stats he putting on, Marlo?
7 games straight with 30+ points.
All that kind of shit. And then at the same time, you got Tom Brady doing what he doing, and then at the exact same time, you got fighters that's doing a lot better in boxing at later age. Because like when you talking about the 40s, if you go back to the time like with people like Barney Ross, they were retiring at 29.
Oh
Now
yeah.
now we got fighters like Terrence Crawford that look amazing when this motherfucker like 34. They weren't even fighting that late back in the older days.
Well,
So
look at
so
look at
so to
Ali, bro.
Hey, but look, to
so
justify that though, they wasn't fighting as much as they were back in the days. At 29, how many fights did he have? You know what I'm saying? After he retired, like 80 fights or some shit.
cool.
Like motherfuckers back in Ronnie Ross's day.
I don't even know what his
Well,
record
bro,
was.
in '77, Ali had 4 fights, man. So and that's a 35-year-old Muhammad Ali.
Hey, but I
By
also was
the
gonna
time he
say,
was 38, he was totally washed.
I also was trying to say, looking at the shots that did drop Ortiz, and for his age, he didn't get up looking all wobbly and discombobulated though. He ate those shots like it was a young motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, he took those shots better than Martin took at his age.
So
You
where
feel what
does
I'm
he
saying?
go? Where does he go, bro?
That's what I said. Like that's what I was asking earlier before you had with the left. I was saying I can see him in one big fight before what I'm saying, before he can call it quits. I can see him right now giving Fury a hell of a fight. AJ a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yes,
Whether,
yes, but
whether
I can't see longevity in him though. I can't see him going after Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk.
I
yeah,
think
I
he'll
just
give Fury a tough fight because Fury had a tough fight against Otto Wallin, who was a 6'5" southpaw. And I think Fury might have some problems with the southpaw stance from Ortiz. I think that'll be a hell of a fight.
at his age is what I'm saying. Like other than that, after that, he might as well go on and take that gatekeeper status or hang him up. But at least I think he deserved a shot, man. He been paid step aside with false promises. You know what I'm saying? Wilder finally gave him action. He gave us a hell of a fight versus Wilder. Wilder stopped him, but like I said, he was it was a hell of a fight. If it would have went the distance, he potentially could have won both of those fights. You feel what I'm saying? Uh, I just think he got one last hurrah. He deserved one last hurrah. You know what I mean? He had the mandatory status right now.
And then at the
So
same time, neither one of them, Tyson Fury or Ortiz, they've never fought another fighter like that. Like, of course, Ortiz has never fought a 6'9" guy like Tyson Fury that can move and box, that can fight and bang when he want to, that can do a lot of things. But Tyson Fury ain't never fought no Cuban amateur with 362 amateur fights, 343 and 19, southpaw stance, got all kind of slick skills, can counterpunch. A thinking man's fighter like Tyson Fury ain't never fought nobody like that, so we don't know exactly how he would look. So I see some mystery going into the fight. I would pay-per-view for it.
But I don't think Tyson Fury. I don't think Tyson Fury would have the nerve to fight Ortiz. I mean, he's such a flake. He doesn't want to fight anybody. I think Jose Sullivan said he can do a um a voluntary before he has to fight Wallin because that's in arbitration. So I mean, you think he would take a chance with Ortiz in
I mean,
do you think
it'll be
he'd
a
give
bigger
Ortiz
fight.
a chance, bro?
I think it'd just be a bigger fight. That's all I'm saying. Like I don't know, AJ and one of them will take it because he's dangerous. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's all. They ain't giving us shit that we want to see. Shit, hell, we paid $40 for that goddamn car. I'm just, just would like to see it though for Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Because he is getting old. We really don't know how old he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man can dream. Goddamn, you got to dream sometime, man. Because if we just look at boxing in straight reality perspective all the time, hell, we might as well not even come here and talk it. Because a lot of the fights that we want, we probably ain't gonna see. But we were just saying like, what would we like to see next for him? You know what I'm saying? And I had said Philip Ergovich because Philip Ergovich called his name out, but I know that probably wouldn't do shit for Ortiz. And Marlo had brought up Tyson Fury, and I think I'm gonna switch my opinion to that opinion. I think that'll be a good fight.
Hey, don't forget that the link is in his page. If y'all want to jump on and get y'all thoughts, man. It's Monday. You know what I'm saying? Big boy boxing say, man, I thought those shots were light. With light. He said I did make money with Ortiz KO in a multi bet, but I won't bet on him again. If he was fighting some scrub, I bet you would. Big
Yeah,
boy boxing said Ortiz hand speed and reflexes still look okay, but his legs look toast to me.
that's what Bruce Gold said. He didn't like the way his legs look.
Well, I also think if that fight was fought 5 years ago, it would have been a much more interesting fight. Maybe it would have ended the same, but I mean that's when they were more in their prime fighting shape. Both of them, they're throwing names at us, and we're justifying. Yeah, 40 is no problem for fighters. We can just they all have nutritionists. It's a different, but they're not giving us the fights we want. They're just throwing these cards at us, wanting pay-per-view money. I'm excited because I stream the fights. I'm not going to give these people hard-earned money to watch a fight that should be on Fox. It should be on Showtime. But like you're saying, those fights that we want to see, we talked about them all day. We could talk about them forever. But are we going to see it? I'd love to see Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury. But man, Tyson Fury, who knows if we'll even ever see him fight again? He's such a flake. And Luis Ortiz, I think his best years are behind him, man. I'll give him another payday, but I can't see him as a gatekeeper. I mean, they were showing his daughter crying at ringside, and it was kind of gut wrenching. And then on the other hand, they were showing Martin's family. They're on their phones. They're all talking, bouncing up and down, and man, how that all changed in the 6th round, though, bro. Like I say, heavyweights, I love them because one punch can change the fight, and it did.
Oh,
Yeah,
Big boy say Ortiz is no mandatory. He needs to fight Horkovich in a final eliminator. The Martin fight was eliminator, not a final eliminator. Okay, I got you. Good looking
well,
out.
that's the person I recommended. Hey, so I don't know. I don't even know if we said what's up to D-Lo, but if I ain't said, salute to you. That's the voice of reason.
Salute, brother D'Lo.
Salute, D-Lo. What's happening, bro?
Oh, he just jumped on the panel too.
Look good, bro.
I knew this dude was about to come here with the craziest audio that I done heard all day.
Sound like RTD2 and shit.
Yeah, I
Sound
knew it.
like he got that what's the name, T-Pain voice box.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I showed Big Boy. I showed thought it was he was mandatory. Go ahead, D-Lo.
Hey, I'm sounding bad.
You sound
No,
a
no,
little
you.
better now. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in the car, man. My bad.
What's going down?
Shit, man. Hey, nothing to it, man. Hey, I enjoyed the main event, man. The card was a little lackluster. Even the rice and coffee fight, to me, the first fight was better. Of course, it got a knockout, so what I'm saying, it was more entertaining. But they just looked like they were just laboring through, what I'm saying, going through the motions, just trying to go the distance. One guy would have a little run and like he gassed out, and the other guy glad that he did. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like Ortiz and Charles Martin, man, I really enjoyed that fight. I didn't catch it live because I wasn't at home. I was out moving around, but I did catch it on YouTube, and I enjoyed watching.
Well, hey, that rice and coffee was to be expected though.
No. Coffee.
Now hold on, let me finish
Jonathan
my
Rice
thought.
had
Let
a
me finish
chance.
my thought. Let me finish my thought, my
Okay,
brother,
sorry,
real
bro.
quick. But it was to be expected because in the first fight, Rice came in at 271. The rematch, he came in at 278. So he gained 7 pounds, and this was the heaviest that he ever fought in his career. Okay, Rice in the first fight, he came in at 268. In the rematch, he comes in at 283 and 3/4, the heaviest of his career. The only other time that he weighed as much was in a 10-round knockout loss to some Eastern European, and he came in at 283 and a quarter. This time he was 283 and 3/4. So that had me thinking, like, damn, did you even train for the fight? And in comparison, when I look at what Robert Hellenius, I mean, I hear a lot of echo. Hey,
Hold on,
Dino,
that's
you're gonna
me.
have to
Hold
go.
on, I got.
You know, if in comparison, when Robert Hellenius, when he fought against uh Adam Kanaki, the first time he came in at 265. In the rematch, he came in at 258. So they let me know that he was in better shape. He took this seriously. He went out there and got Kanaki out of there even faster. But in comparison, this guy come in 268. He come back at 283. That's why he looked like such a fat ass out there. I was tremendously disappointed in Rice. He did not train properly for this fight. He didn't even take this shit seriously, in my opinion. Same thing with Coffee. He came in 7 pounds heavier, and he lost the first time. You should have been on point in the rematch, but he come back the heaviest of his career. So that's why I say I expected it, because when I called this fight, I talked about it the entire time. So I expected them to come in there and look like shit, and that's what they did.
I was going to say the same thing because to me, what I saw both fighters that just didn't have the incentive, and this was an important fight. This was a rematch. Both had things to prove, bro. I mean, Rice Rice came in totally out of shape, a sloppy 284, whatever it was, bro. And he had a statement. I mean, was last fight a fluke? Was it, was it it did, like I said, was it a fluke? He had a chance to cement what he did, what was the real deal, and instead he comes out flabby. And he had that jab. He obviously he won the fight, but it was the same thing with um with Coffee, bro. I mean, he got knocked out the first fight. He was an undefeated prospect. He had a lot to prove, and he comes in plodding, out of shape. He got busted up, man. I don't know where he's going to go from here. I think he's 35 too, bro. And to me that was a wasted opportunity for both fighters. I think they could have proved a statement. To me, that was going to be the fight of the night. That was a fight I was anticipating more than anything. And listening to Jonathan Rice, he was talking how he's relocated to Las Vegas, how he's got proper trainers now, how he's got sponsorship. So I was expecting to see a breakthrough, but he was the same Johnny Rice we've seen for the last 7 years or so, bro. And Coffee, the same with him, man. Unimpressive, but we got through that fight. I was glad it ended the way it did. At least Rice he's got another chance. Coffee, I think he's got to look for something else to do. And it was a crossroads fight, but it almost proved nothing. But I was expecting a lot more. Yeah, what can you say?
Hey, that fight fucked my ticket up. I think. Watch, that motherfucker Coffee showed up just as sloppy as his opponent, and the skills played a big difference, and that's why he lost.
Oh, that reach, and that right hand and that jab, that was enough to keep Coffee at bay all night, bro.
Man, Coffee couldn't set
And
up
plus, he
nothing.
busted him up. He couldn't even see out of that left eye, and he had that big gash on his cheek.
He couldn't. If he took, if he took, he couldn't even set up a little baby tent. Man, Coffee couldn't set up nothing that night. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you know what I noticed,
He couldn't
bro?
set up shit, even if it had instructions, man. You know what I
He
mean?
tried to look like Ray Mercer. He was getting comboed on the ropes, and he tried to look badass. And Coffee just kept unloading on him, and
You
he
know,
looked like he was saying, yeah, come on, do it again." And he did it
he got
again, bro.
stopped. He got robbed. He got damn near got stopped. He got
Hmm.
Coffee was just too. I mean, Rice was just too gassed and too out of shape to finish him because he tried. You know what I'm saying? He just ran out fast, but man, he was setting up them right hands. Anytime he wanted to, he can land that right hand. The whole fight, he was landing that motherfucker. That's what won him the fight. It was unanimous too. It wasn't like it was, you know what I mean, split or majority decision. Everybody thought the same thing. Coffee just couldn't do shit. He had nothing. He got outclassed by a guy that was out of shape, overweight.
I think that Rice just felt like he had his number because Coffee started boxing late. He was fighting in the Marines, and Rice he been fighting since he was young. I know he ain't got a lot of professional fights, but he took up boxing as a kid. So I think he just felt like he had this guy's number. I don't think he took him seriously at all. He didn't train like he took him seriously anyway. He come in the heaviest of his career. You know what I'm saying? That was just very disappointing to see that he didn't handle success the way I felt like he should have. And I keep on comparing him to Hellenius because I was just so impressed with Hellenius. Like he went out there and demolished this man in the first fight, and he went out there and trained again like this was the biggest fight of his career, and he went out there and demolished his ass again. I would have loved to see that from Rice, man. He just didn't show me that. He took the man for granted. Now he went out there and got the win, so we give him credit on that. But I think he could have stopped Coffee again. I think he could have got his ass out of there.
Eric R, salute, fam.
Salute.
Big Boy Baca said if Ortiz fights the spread, most bookies won't offer odds, or the odds would be crap. So I still won't bet on it. Oh, bet. Big Boy said, would you like to see Faust versus Callis? Who was that? Kalate. Yeah, the rematch.
I'll watch it, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, me too. I watched the motherfucker. He said I would since that referee did Kalate dirty.
I agree.
Big Boy, he said, yeah, it was too fat for Rice.
Yeah, I think so too.
That would be a good undercard rematch, just like Coffee and Rice was, man, bro.
He said so many people underestimate Rice, a pretty good boxer, and even in his losses against high level competition, he has still caused problems.
I can believe it because just the way his body shape is, man. He got them long arms and stuff. He fight on the outside. Like he fight according to his body structure. He ain't in there trying to fight on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, would y'all agree he looked like a heavyweight Tarver?
He kind of remind you like of a Tarver. Yeah.
Yep.
Who's got a longer reach than he does, bro, in the heavyweight division?
I don't even know what his reach is.
Oh, it's got to be 80. Oh, it's huge, man. The wingspan that he had, it's I don't know what it is, but it's as big as any heavyweight I've seen competing now.
Tyson Fury probably got the longest, huh?
More than likely. Big Boy Boxing say.
I'll bet from armpit to fist, it's probably close.
I'm gonna go look real quick. What's up, the King of Kings, man? What's up, bro?
What's that?
Hey, what's going down, brothers? How y'all doing?
Salute, my brother.
What you got going on?
Man, I had a lot of people hit me up on the gram talking about why you ain't on the show, so I decided to pop up. You feel me? So it's all good.
Salute.
Now I just sit here eating some lasagna, homie. What'd you say?
I said, what you think about this boxing, man? What you like from the weekend? What
Hey,
you
man.
like is coming up? What's on your mind?
Hey, yo, man. Here's the thing about it is like y'all just talking about Coffee and Rice and that, man. But even if you think you got somebody's number, you don't show up like that. That's why dudes like that don't get opportunities. That's why you'll hear about a dude like that. The next thing you know, he just in obscurity because he's not even a professional. Hey, every day I go to work, I know exactly what I'm doing, but I still show up to do my best. And when you just show up and you just lackadaisical and Coffee, look, here's the thing about it. Even if somebody got your number, if Coffee had trained and been in some kind of shape, he could have turned that around. He could have just being busier, could have beat up Rice and maybe possibly won that fight. But he came in looking like he was already defeated. So, like, what y'all even doing? Like, I'm sorry. Like, maybe I'm from the old school, but I seen dudes get their ass. Hey, man, I seen Vargas get knocked out and still talking shit to De La Hoya after he got knocked out. Like, you got to have some meanness in you. And a lot of these dudes that are coming from other sports, I just don't see it, man. And so Coffee, like I said, he can hit the dust. But those two European dudes, I can't even think of their name. But man, that was my boy after the Ortiz fight. That was my favorite fight of the weekend. To keep it real, those dudes was battling. And if you looked at it on paper, you were like, man, this is just going to be a crummy fight. But nah, man, that was an excellent fight. Horrible stoppage. So maybe they'll run it back, man. I'd love to see them run that back.
I agree with you on that, bro. Hey, Bruce, Tyson Fury 85, Johnny Rice 81 with the reach.
Is that from armpit to fist, or is that the wingspan?
That's just what they got on BoxRec, man. I think that's from fist to fist or finger to tip to fingertip.
Yeah, I bet it would be different if they measured it from armpit to fist. But regardless thereof, bro, I would love to see that rematch, King of Kings, man. And like I said earlier, I interrupted Trey X. That would be a great to stick like they stuck the Coffee and Rice rematch on the card. You know, sticking on an undercard of a major heavyweight fight, and you know, man, just keep those heavyweight cards coming because I love heavyweight boxing.
Hey, the heavyweight talent right now is on fire, and people is quietly erupting. And the young crop is probably better than the crop that's in right now. So yeah, I'm fired up about heavyweights right now.
If that referee wouldn't have gotten away, we probably would have had a classic going on. Cause what's the name is tough as a motherfucker. Cause I can't pronounce his name.
Hey, that referee got what he deserved, man. A hook to the face. He should have slapped him because that was terrible. Well, this is the thing about it, man. That's the other thing that's frustrating about boxing. Is there's no standards for referees aren't held accountable. It's just stupid. It's all over the place. They don't have no rules. Okay, yeah, you see him get dropped, but if guys get dropped and get back up, you got to look in their face and see if he's done or not. If he still got to fight him, let the fight keep going. I just don't want it. It didn't make no sense, man.
Welcome to boxing. It's been like that for about 200 years, bro.
Hey, Big Boy say dude hasn't been able to concentrate fully on boxing because he has a real job. But now he can't. He can quit his job and focus on the sport. Oh, you talking about right?
Yeah, I did see that in the article. I saw the title. It said that he was happy that he can now quit his job. So yeah, I guess you do got to take that into account. But dang,
what the hell is he, a truck driver? What the hell are you doing?
No, bro, I think he's security. Bro, I think he's security at a strip club. You know, you sit on a stool most of the time.
Man, I'm sorry, man. Shit, that what kind of job you got where you can go sit and put 50, 60 pounds on? Goddamn.
Because this is my thing though. Like, what was he doing? Because he was able to get in shape for the first fight. So why couldn't he get in shape for the second fight? You know what I'm saying?
That's the sparring partner mentality that he must carry in his head, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also why we like to mention how a fighter can handle success. Because you know it ain't always about just getting the win. Sometimes it's about what happened after you get the win. Some people they go and party and go on a victory tour and don't train.
Oh, like look at Buster Douglas, bro.
Or Andy Ruiz after he beat Joshua.
Yeah.
And look, and I was thinking, look at this guy. I don't know if he got something going on that prevented him from training, but I was thinking, look at this guy. It don't look like he handled success very well. So you got to take that into account when you be thinking about these fighters, man.
That's fact.
D-Lo, what's up, man? What you think about all this, man? Oh, he might be over there busy or something. I just see him over there just chilling.
He on the highway, he said. Eric R said, 4 Kings on the panel 9-5. Salute, brothers. Salute, bro.
Salute.
Everybody speaking to him. Then Hyphy gonna say too many people on the panel. Trying to kick off 2 Kings and D-Lo respectfully.
That motherfucker Hyphy is a damn troll, man.
I say, yo.
Yeah, Hyphy got the haircut and everything. Troll ass nigga.
He probably got a Don King right now, just sitting over there trolling with a Don King hairstyle and shit.
Cigar flag. Only in America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing over here, bro.
What you got over there? What you smoking on, Bruce?
Right now, man, I'm doing a little parfait. I got a little bit of Cali Dream, and I got a little tip of the cookie in here. And I'm just gonna do a couple of hits, and believe me, I do this for medicinal purposes only. I have my medical marijuana card. This is strictly to lubricate, keep the shoulders working, bro. Salute to you, Trey X. Salute to Marlo. Salute to King of Kings. Salute to my brother D-Lobe out there, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little entourage effect, brother Bruce. I like to mix the strains too. You know what I'm saying? Get that
Salute.
entourage effect on them boys.
Yeah, baby.
Winston Lee in the building. Salute. Hey, that's right. Man. Sit up there. I'll be right with you in a minute, right there, Bruce. I'm about to pull up on you. In my 60 day shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got a little something right here, man, with my sunset sherbet. I'm just gonna throw it off. I'm just gonna throw my little vape card off in there so I can be convenient with it. We all gonna blast off in this whole thing.
Hey, my guys be ready right now. Hey, I like to see another heavyweight card though. I'll tell you that though, all heavyweight card. I think that shit was a good idea.
Did we have an all heavyweight card not that long ago?
Yeah, we did.
What
It was
card was that,
excellent
bro?
too. Damn,
was that what?
Now hold on. Was it Chris Arreola and Ruiz?
Was it Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? Maybe.
Oh,
no,
that's
no, that one with George Johnson. What's his name? I could swear that was all heavyweights too. It's been a bunch of them lately.
Bro, we had Sanchez and Jogber on that card. That was the undercard. That was huge heavyweight action, bro. Bigger than the one we saw the other night.
It was one with heavyweight boxing that they came to. Shout out to him. You know, he liked them heavyweight card. That nigga loved the heavyweight division. But I forgot. I think Horkovich or somebody he liked. One of them young up and coming heavyweights was on the card.
Who was on that Parker card with what's the name? Wasn't that some heavyweights on that card too?
Chisora?
Parker and them? Yeah, Parker and Chisora.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I ain't even watched that card. I don't even lie.
I didn't. I heard about it, but yeah, I can't stand watching Parker. That dude, he's one of the epitome of somebody don't take care of business. Like he like the type of dude that get close enough to the finish line, but never fucking do what you need to do to go ahead and finish. Because I've seen that first fight. Like I said, when he fought AJ, yeah, a lot of that stuff had to do with the ref, but there was a lot of times he was stopping himself too. I never liked the Parker man. He was a weirdo. But he got a win over Ruiz, so it is what it is.
Hey, hell, shit! His last win wasn't no.
Bro, that Chisora fight the other night was entertaining, even though it was a lot of pushing and shoving, but still heavyweight action, man. And now Eddie Hearn says he wants Chisora to come to this country and fight Chris Arreola.
He put Chisora down in that fight, King of Kings.
Yeah.
He actually was allowed to actually box and get, you know what I'm saying, set up shot. In the AJ fight, his best boxing is in the inside. You know what I'm saying? Controlling the inside. The referee was on his back the whole fight.
But my thing about your sword, man. Let's be honest, man. This dude got to be shop warm by now, bro. It's like he's a name, but like at this point in time, he's like Shannon Briggs towards the end of his career before, like when he still has braids. He's a name, but you're gonna beat up on him. He's gonna be kind of tough. He's gonna last through the fight, but
it's sad.
He ain't gonna win. Yeah, I think really, to be honest, I hate that he's still having to fight because he should, like, he's the type of dude that you can just see, like, man, why? Like, damn, are they giving you the bag? You might as well go shut it down. Now, I know you loving the fight, but and it's not like he fighting bums or nothing, man. He fighting. That's like, damn.
He don't want to retire, King.
Well, I think that was his 10th loss, wasn't it?
He said he don't want to retire.
Yeah, he doesn't want to retire. But the thing is, man, we're bloodthirsty. We want to see him fight again. And if he fights Arreola, I wouldn't be surprised if they put that on a pay-per-view card, man.
Who, Chisora? Nah, hell no.
Bro, nothing surprises me anymore, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
Sometimes they'll put, like, if it's a guaranteed action fight, sometimes they will go ahead and throw it on pay-per-view, even if they got a bunch of losses. It seemed like I saw Riverside Rocky on the pay-per-view not that long ago.
That's why the boxing audience is shrunk down, man. They be putting fights. Those are the fights you put on free so that you can build your audience, man. That's why, like, man, boxing is so.
He was on Earl undercard. versus what's the other dude name? He looked like he need to retire. The
Oh
Hispanic dude,
yeah, Molina.
Molina. Yep.
Yep, that's what it was. You right about that, bro. He went out there and beat the brakes off Molina, and I picked Molina in the damn fight.
Man, Molina
Hey,
looked like
Molina stuck around. Molina loved to be sticking around way past where he should have been around. That dude,
Hey,
he
he,
hung in there.
hey,
he
he
just.
did catch him with a. Oh my bad. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying he showed how tough he was. That's about it.
I was gonna say he did catch him with one of them drunk ass right hands. It's just that Riverside Rocky ate the shit and kept whooping him.
Yeah.
I thought that when he catch him with one, he was gonna go down, but shit, Riverside Rocky said they don't call me that shit for nothing and came
Hey,
right back with some.
hey, Molina thought so too. hey, hey, Big Boy said. He said. He said we will see. We said we will see in the next fight if he will actually be more committed without having to work. He said no more excuses for looking like a tub lard though.
That's true. We're gonna give him one more chance. We're gonna
Yeah.
give him one more chance like Biggie.
He also said there were two cruiserweight fights on the Parker versus Chisora 2 card.
Okay, so he's saying that wasn't no
Oh,
all
okay. That's
heavyweight
what it
card.
was. I knew they were bigger, but okay, yeah, that's what it was.
Now, can we talk about the Mario?
Hey, can I,
Go ahead, D'Lo.
now I was gonna say, one more thing about the situation with Rice could be that he relocated out to Vegas, might have actually worked against him for this first go around just because he had to acclimate to a new environment. He wasn't in Colombia anymore. Being out there, you know what I'm saying, could have been like a kid going to the big city for the first time. You know what I mean? Even though he's a grown man and a vet, it could have just been too much too soon, or just him, getting used to that lifestyle out there. Maybe, he looks totally different going into his next fight.
That's true. I didn't think about it like that because you do got to get used to new climates. And if he might have been running more on the treadmill instead of out there beating the asphalt this time. And it's a little bit easier running on the treadmill than it is to run on the actual the street or the track or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess you can take that into account. That's a good point.
Hey,
That's responsible for 5 pounds. That's
hey,
50.
hey, Keith, I was just gonna say, but a new environment come with new temptations also though.
That's
You know,
That's
true.
true. But
new
you gotta
temptations.
remain disciplined when you look, man, like, the truth of the matter is you having to work a daily job while you're trying to be a boxer is all the motivation you need. So okay, yeah, whatever. But at the end of the day, man, all temptations can be avoided. Just don't go nowhere. Focus
And
on that. Damn, I don't understand why you can't just chill. Like, especially you got a fight coming up. This 8 weeks, dude. 8 weeks. Now you win. Now you can go out and do whatever the hell you want to do, gamble, spend up all your money, and go back to your whatever. Man, it's 8 weeks. Damn.
hey,
Hey,
Keith, they might not got no voodoo donuts out there in Colombia, bro. You know what I'm
what is
saying?
Colombia, bro?
y'all know what voodoo donuts is, right?
I thought you.
It's this donut shop that make all kind of crazy, fancy looking ass donuts, man.
That nigga got a lifetime supply.
They might not got those out there, strip club on every corner, and the voodoo donuts out there, right there. So you
Hey,
can
they got Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts down here though.
get. Hey, I'm just saying that they ain't got no Krispy Kreme out there in Colombia neither. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hey,
he showed
D-Lo.
like he had too many donuts, man, in training camp.
Hey, D-Lo, is it are you in a legal state?
Huh?
Are you in a legal state? Is South Carolina a legal state for weed?
Man, I'm not sure, man. I don't smoke. I,
Hell
I
no.
called I called Marlo about that one day. Marlo, you remember I called you about that?
Yeah.
No, it's not. The closest legal state near anywhere in the South is, well, Georgia got medical, but anywhere we can just like actually go get some is Michigan. That's about as close as you're gonna
Hey,
get. Like 12 hours away.
hey, let me tell you this though. If you go into some of these convenience stores in Georgia and South Carolina, because I'm from Georgia, so I go to Georgia all the time. You can go in these convenience stores, man, and they sell the vapes with the THC in them. They sell bongs, all that stuff.
Man,
Now
that's just garbage, bro.
that's Delta 8, especially in the
Yeah.
convenience store. But look, so basically Rice went from an
See how much I
illegal
know.
so look, Rice went from an illegal state to a legal state. That nigga out there smoking weed, and y'all talking about they got the donuts out there and shit. Say, y'all got Rice fucked up, man. He at the dispensary on y'all, nigga. I can see why he don't gain some weight.
You know what else they got out there? They got Salt Bay. You know that dude that be sprinkling the salt off his elbows and shit on the steak, making all the different steak dinners and shit. they got Hell's Kitchen. They got all kinds of shit about that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's Chef Ramsay.
Chef Ramsay, that motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot for a country boy, man.
Yeah, man. They got this shit in Carolina, my nigga.
Nah, man. Now that's like a whole nother experience. As you know, somebody coming from the West Coast down here, that is a system shock. Because, like you said, when you go somewhere and just openly able to do certain things, it changes your perspective.
Not only that, even the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in Colombia, they got Two Notch Road that is known for. You know what I'm saying, for that red light district. But hell, Vegas is like the whole city's the red light district.
Yeah, but bro, I've been smoking weed since fucking 1969, bro, on a consistent basis. And I'll tell you, the only thing that's changed is I just don't have. I know I'm a medical marijuana patient, but the the amount and the quality and the quantity hasn't changed. But just now I have to pay a tax to the state of Rhode Island because I live in Rhode Island. But I can just go over the border to Massachusetts, which is a legal state. There's a convenience store opening up a dispensary every fucking block now. I mean, some of them you go into, they're like cheesy joints. I don't even have a full supply set up. And then you go into other ones, they're like going into a Walmart where it's like, man, you got you go into a wine store, you got the Cabernet, you got the Burgundy, the Sauvignon, the different years. I mean, it's become like a more sophisticated thing, but as far as making it legal or illegal, that hasn't changed a bit for me, man. One way or the other. I always smoke the weed, and you still can't go you can't walk down the street with a blunt in your mouth, even though I keep this card around my neck all the time, bro. When I'm in, you know what I'm saying, man? Just it has changed and it hasn't changed. But weed. Me and Trey X, we talk about. I don't know. We don't talk about it much on Duke's show, but I think it's the only mind-altering substance that you can do in relative safety. You're not going to hurt yourself or anybody around you. And nobody can name anybody who's ever smoked themselves to death, overdosed on marijuana, bro. You can fucking ask. You can ask Alexis till she breaks down, but not a one case. Ask about alcohol, bro. I mean, how many daily?
But look here.
Now, the only way you're going to die from smoking weed is eating Cheetos and choking on one of them.
but look. We was talking about in relation to fighters, though. So everybody don't handle everything the same way. So, like, let's say you take a Archie Moore, somebody that was known to bring back a box of donuts when he go on his morning run. Let him get the munchies. He gonna eat himself out of whole weight class. Let that motherfucker Riddick Bowe, somebody that used to keep a refrigerator in his room so he can get snacks at night. Let him start smoking weed and get the.
Bro, munchies. I don't agree with that, man, because my mind is always stronger than the substance that I put in there, than the THC high.
Are you listening? Are you listening
yes.
to what I'm telling you?
I don't get the munchies because I won't allow myself to get the munchies.
I'm not talking about you. I said,
well, a professional fighter shouldn't either, bro. Have his priorities. And, weed should not control you. You should control it.
But listen, where this all started, because we made a joke that this motherfucker got big because he moved from an illegal state to a legal state. He went from South Carolina to Las Vegas. I'm talking about Johnny Rice. So we made a joke about he probably got on that weed out there and got the munchies. So that's what started the conversation. Then you come in talking about the weed, and I took what you said and put it back to the original. We talking about the fighters. So you saying that the weed don't hurt nobody. I'm saying if it's a certain fighter, it can hurt them because they might get the munchies and eat themselves out of a weight class. Certain fighters love to eat.
It's like anything, man. It's like anything. Some people
talk to me, and I'll educate them on when to smoke, the timings. They can get away with smoking weed. They just have to realize that they're in control of it. Don't let them give you the munchies. that the munchies, that's only the amateurs get that, bro. Like my bro just said, Gil Coles. I've been smoking weed for 53 years, and I can really seriously I can educate a lot of people on many different aspects of weed.
Yeah, but
Hey,
what I'm
So
saying, everybody,
I dig the joke too, man. I'm a Cheech and Chonger, bro. I used to get the fucking munchies. I'd eat fucking 4 pizzas followed by 3 fucking pieces of cheesecake. Wash that all down with a couple of gallons of root beer. But see, the mind is stronger than that now. I know those munchies aren't real. That's just a variation of the high that you can just keep under wraps. Don't let the beast out of control.
hey, you can get the munchies without even being high. Hey, look, hey, this for
Oh
people.
yeah.
Hey, this for the people who've been to South Carolina or live in South Carolina. Raising Cane's or Zaxby's?
Zaxby's. Raising Cane to me is look, man. Now that we talking about this damn South Carolina, but no, it like you said, it's a culture shock. But the truth of the matter is, everybody handles things differently. I'm the type of dude I can go in and kill a fifth of tequila, and then I know people take a shot and they're passing out trying to fight. So just everybody has their own different weaknesses. And to be honest to y'all, the quality of the green down here is trash. Most of the time, I call it dirt weed. I have to literally call my cousin who stay in Seattle to make arrangements to get stuff to me because it's bad. And they think they got something popping down here. So I'm just going to be honest. It's a degree of difference. When that stuff got to travel and it got to go some distance, it changes how it comes out because it's not that great. But you go straight where you can literally go in and pluck it from the bush. It's a whole new experience. I mean, just keeping it real.
Yeah, but bro, to keep it even realer, bro, we get fucking edibles down here. You can go pick up. You can pick up shatter down here, man. That's a concentrate. You take a couple of tokes on that with a special pipe that you can go out and get, and plus you can get the high grade weed. So I I'm I love smoking weed. After I get my daily work done, I break out the toka tube. I get on here. I boxing bongs. Bro, I'm a retired individual. I'm a card carrying marijuana patient. I love doing it, man. It's my hobby right now.
Hey, let me give you a dose of reality of how lame it is down here. The biggest thing that they cracking down here is these stupid CBD stores, and I'm like, you guys are losers. They're everywhere. I swear to God, they're like every couple blocks they building one. I'm like, these fools don't know. They're everywhere. They are everywhere, and these guys is making so much money out of these places. CBD gummies
Bro,
and
I remember when
CBD.
CBD came into existence. There was a friend of mine who was a very advanced grower. He was involved with these Korean doctors who came over here just to grow and extract the CBD oil because they were doing it for medicinal purposes. And he gave me some CBD when back in, I think it was in maybe 2010 when it was first when it was first being introduced, because I had the arthritis like I was telling you about that the THC works on. I took that CBD like it was prescribed by the people who invented it. These were people, they were doctors from Korea who didn't even care about. They were giving my friend the THC that they were extracting just because he was helping them grow it and harvest it. And he was telling me, man, harvesting that shit, it was like he couldn't even drive home. It was like doing heroin. It was so strong. But the CBD, I tried that when it first came out, and I did it with an open mind. I think it's such a big scam, and like you're saying, it's a $1 billion industry today, and the shit to me does not work, and people rave about it, bro. I think it's all in their minds, bro. I don't think it. I think it's total bullshit.
It's the
see, but
power of suggestion.
no,
That's
but
literally
this
what
this
it is.
this the thing though. This the thing. The federal government passed what's called the 2018 Farm Bill. So that means that these CBD shops, they can sell products with less than 0.3% delta 9 THC.
Ah,
So you think of CBD, but they not just selling CBD. They selling alternative cannabinoids. Like they sell delta 8, delta 10 THC. They sell delta 6, 8, 10, 8, 10 AC. They got THCO, they got THCP, they got THCV, they got HHC. Uh, That's all I could think off the top of my head. But they got a whole bunch of shit.
Now, are those psychoactive substances?
Huh?
Will they get you fucked up? Those things?
Hell yeah, because they got this shit down here in Texas now. D-Lo was talking about the kind they got at the gas station. I would never fuck with that, but they got
Hell
some.
no.
They got some.
Well,
Yeah, they got.
I guess I don't know as much as weed as I thought I did, because I never been in a gas station and saw that shit. I always, the dispensaries I went in, we got an edible, flour or a concentrate. But man, I never saw these crazy fucking, I don't know, FTC or TTT. No, these fucking different fucking substances you're talking about, bro. I never heard of them, man.
Yeah, they
Hey,
got
Trey.
some shit that's very. They got some shit that's very strong, but they got some companies that do better work than others, as in any field. So they got this company called 3Chi. They make some very quality products, man. That's where I order all my shit from. That shit will have your ass couch locked. You know what I'm saying?
And is that in a legal state, or is that just in a state that's not legal?
This is a non-legal state, so I don't
And
have
you can
access.
buy that shit, and you can buy it at a gas station.
You can see that's the thing. Like when it comes to the 2018 Farm Bill, that don't really have nothing to do with the legal states in the Delta 9. Like this is an illegal state, but the Delta 9 Farm Bill is accepted here. You know what I'm saying? Not all states do that though. Like some states, this stuff that I'm talking about is illegal. But Texas and a lot of other states is legal for right now. Texas been fighting it in court though. They hit the court about it twice, and they done lost to the CBD companies twice so far. They supposed to appeal the case in a year. So for the next year, it's gonna be legal until they go to court again to see if it's gonna be legal or not. You see what I'm saying?
They're gonna
For
lose
right now,
again.
Oh
That's
yeah.
federal.
There's the big
It's
thing going on
federal,
in
yeah.
Texas right now, man.
They're gonna mess around and lose that case again. It's just a waste of time for a play. Man, people are so stupid, man. If you could sell alcohol somewhere, which I know, like you said, somebody gets killed every weekend over, they need to cut the crap.
But,
It's just stupid.
that case in Texas, bro, that's based on a girl with autistic girl who they gave her the THC and it calmed her down. And her parents, they had a caregiver, and I mean, it went right to the Supreme Court in Texas. I know that's what you're talking about, Marlo. They were talking about that. They legalized it to like a 0.5 THC, and the parents wanted it stronger than that, so they're going back to court. And there's a real conservative representative in Texas. I can't think of her name right now.
no,
but
those
she's
are two
actually
different things, Bruce. What you talking about is for the epilepsy. They legalized it for people with epilepsy. But when it comes to they talk, that's Delta 9. When it comes to the alternative cannabinoids, what they did is they took this shit and put it on a controlled substance Schedule 1 list and made it a felony. And all the stores had to take it off the shelves, but they didn't get notice for it. So so they took them to court, and the judge sided with the companies because they didn't get notice. So they kept it legal for a few months. Then they went to court about it again. And it was just like it was either last week or the week before last. The judge sided with the CBD companies again, and about it being on that list, making it a felony to possess it. So now they're gonna go back to court over it again in a year to see if it's gonna be on that list or not. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, but shit, it's already submitted in federal court. So like King of Kings was saying, they're gonna lose that shit. And look, it's already, motherfuckers with what's that disease that Freddie Roach got?
Parkinson. I think he got Parkinson's.
A lot of people with Parkinson's, early stages of Parkinson's, full stage of Parkinson's, it helps them, bro. Like especially the vape part of it. Like they done study with them for smoking it in different kind of ways, but the vape part, where they put the mask on and really get the full, you know what I'm saying, the full rush of it, it always helps every last patient, bro. Stop they as long as they high, however you want to put it, as long as they medically induced, they don't get the shakes, they normal, they can hold a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that shit is proven, you know what I mean, to help. So it's a lot of shit that motherfuckers ain't gonna. It's gonna probably be in every state. It's probably gonna be a damn
It's
weed.
coming. It's coming because my dad, when he was coming to the end of his life, he had cancer. And there was times, man, this dude didn't have no appetite. He never did no type of stuff his whole life. But he used to have me go get him some weed, man. The motherfucker was able to put on some weight. I think it really prolonged his life for a few years. But people just it's all based on stigmatism, based on this goddamn dude that was making money off some fucking trees way back in the day. It's a whole demonization of marijuana is off the stupidest shit imaginable. But
And
like I said, you can't rationalize with people out here. They ain't got no sense.
and going back on that munchie part, like you sometimes you will smoke some good old gas, right? And you act like you when you first miss note. You know what I'm saying? When you for the first time, you know what I mean? It give you that reaction. It take you back. Like I done had some super gas, y'all. I'm talking about some. Y'all know I'm in Cali. I done had some exotic gas, and the motherfucker wanted to eat everything in the refrigerator. Not saying I did, but you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker had all kind of hot Cheetos with lemon and hot sauce. All kind of shit was going on.
See, but the only thing about this stuff that I'm talking about, like in the states that already got legal cannabis, it's illegal in them states. Like the stuff I'm talking about, it's not legal in California. And the reason is because it's competition. The dispensaries don't want these CBD shops popping up, taking their customers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to keep the shit outlawed in their states.
Hey, bro, can I show you this thing quick, man? This is interesting, bro.
What is it? A brain?
I did this on my show, bro. This is I did a show on weed, and I like to share it with you if I could. Check. See what we get here, man. This fine music we're listening to on hold, and I'm going to see. Let me hear. Hey, baby. Babe. Can you turn that light on over there for me, please? I think I'm going in darkness over here. This shit that you are. It's 4:30. Just gonna help a little bit here. Now this is what I was talking about with the weed. I think it's right here, bro. There we go. Hey, I said let there be light, and there was light. So now we're back on track, and there we go. I didn't mean. I didn't mean for this to happen. I thought it was. I thought I was where I was. Thank you. This is where I want to be here.
A lot of kids are more social.
Set it up, Bruce.
They're not a kid.
Hey, go on with Bruce.
It's easier to redirect. I can kind of like sit down.
I had to put him on mute, man. You gotta listen to something.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, man, y'all done turned the boxing show into weedonomics, but it's cool.
I mean, it's educational, though. You know what I mean?
It's interesting though, man. It's because it's at the end of the day, man. Everything, regardless of what is sold or whatever, it just if the government can figure a way to make money off it, it's going to become legal. I mean, that's all there is to it. So
I mean, it's already a federal law now. So once it becomes a federal law, it overrides a lot of state shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the state can give you some time, and you can go appeal it, and it's gonna get appealed. You know what I'm saying? Easily get appealed.
Yep.
So that's why I said once it's gonna become federal, it's gonna be hard for a lot of these states to to win any cases. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And
the federal law, it's going to trump it anyway. Truth be told, all these states that are passing it, really, you could still get. I mean, really, if the federal law, the only reason it's again like it's being like that is because they're kind of ignoring it. The federal law could come in and and take and really come at these states, but they're just ignoring it because it's going to let them do it slowly themselves. Because there's really no motivation in taking them out. Only thing that sucks if you want these dudes that got like 20 years in prison for marijuana and that shit go legal everywhere. It's fucked up.
It's gonna play out like if it was a really somebody felt like they could make a profit in some of these illegal states, they can go on up in there and open up a dispensary legally like they did in California. Remember in California at first, they was just raiding motherfuckers. And then them motherfuckers was still getting out of jail. They were just raiding, you know what I'm saying? Because it was already in federal law. You feel me? So if it was
Well, they,
motherfuckers that
you know,
really,
the taxation part about it is huge too, bro. I mean, you know, what they charge in the dispensary and what the growers sell to the dispensary for, and supposedly the dispensaries only make a small percentage, and the taxes are way out of whack. But and you know they're very selective about who they give the licenses to. You know they don't give it to minorities in proportion. You know it's really held by the politicians' friends. And it's a fucked up thing just to have this medical marijuana card. It cost me $125 a year, which is ridiculous.
it was like
You know,
that in California.
the next state over, Massachusetts, it's a free state. Nobody needs a medical marijuana card there. So it's
Hey, bro, it was like that in Cali. Before you used to have your papers in your goddamn pocket. You know what I'm saying? To have any possession of weed. Now you ain't gotta have no papers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You just gotta have an ID. So it's gonna be like that in every state. Why?
But it's the whole oxymoron is federal law says it's illegal, but yet the states say it's legal. So I mean, what are you going to have a state cop fighting with an FBI agent?
No, look, this the ironic part about the whole thing is people in prison that got 20, 30, 40 years.
Oh God,
That,
people from my
that's
generation, bro, for a couple of
that's
joints in their pocket, took
yes.
years off their life, man.
So this is where the shit is playing. You know what I'm saying? Now how they gonna figure that out? How they gonna, you know what I'm saying? They gotta go through all these cases and shit and let these guys out. But it's gonna take a long time, man. Some of these people probably even have a lawsuit or some shit
You
pending.
can't give them the time back. I don't care how much money you give them, bro. Some people like
That's why
Hurricane Carter. I mean, it's a whole different thing. But I base a lot of what I look at a lost life in prison. It can never be paid is Ruben Hurricane Carter. We're boxing fans over here, bro. We can relate to that.
What basically no, what happened, man? Like I said, they're not going to be able to go retroactively to correct all those. The bullshit part about it is whoever decided to let that ever be a Schedule 1 drug is a fucking piece of garbage. And the
Yep.
reason they did that is because they knew it was going to disproportionately affect the minority community so that they can have their free labor in prison. That's
Oh
it. The
yeah,
only reason
well,
we're
bro,
talking about. The only reason we're really talking about because truth be told, man, there's people been had marijuana, been had stuff. There's people that are white that's been having this shit. The only reason we're talking about it now is because that group of people is deciding that, man, we need to just cut the shit out. But when that's what it's all about. Because like you said, I know people that got 20, 30 years off selling a little bit of this and that and got all kind of bullshit. Because once you get stuff on your record, it's a wrap, man. You could be in California when they had that 3-strike rule, man. There's fools that got shoplifting on 3-strike and got life in prison. So I mean, it's just dumb.
that came
But
with the wrong, that came with the wrong drugs though. Like they made weed a drug. You know what I'm saying? A controlled substance somehow. Like back remember you can get time for it growing.
yep,
Like they gave you like a lot of time for even growing a plant of weed. You feel what I'm saying? And you had people that was using it to put in their alcohol, bro. You had motherfuckers that was using it for really medicinal purposes. They were using it to smoke. You know what I mean? They was using it for old fashioned remedies. You know what I mean? Making brownies, all kind of different things. It wasn't getting used and abused, but they threw that in there just like you said for those purposes because they know it was gonna be those things that they found in the urban community. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers like us don't take pills. We don't like pills. I don't know about y'all, but a lot of motherfuckers don't like pills, man.
today, if you give me, if a doctor prescribes me a 30 pills and says, "Hey, take 3 of these a day," I end up taking 2 or 3 of them. Period, and just put the rest in the cabinet. And that's only if I'm really, really hurting. But I hate taking pills, man. I don't
But some,
play that.
I know motherfuckers that crush their pills up. You know what I'm saying? And take them that way.
Hey, bro, I was addicted to painkillers for oh man, I'm gonna say at least 11, 12 years, bro. I used to crush them up all the time. I probably crushed up more than I ate. But I haven't touched a pill since oh goddamn me, 15, 16 years. But it's terrible, man. That's why I smoke weed. I replaced the narcotics that I was prescribed for my my arthritis that totally got out of hand. But weed doesn't get out of hand. Weed, I think it helps me better, and I do 3 or 4 lung busters on that Toka too, and I don't think about the pain. It's not going to cure it. It's not going to go away. But I just think about other things. I get online. I talk about boxing with you guys, and man,
Here's
with the pills, bro, I had to have those fucking things, man. You go into withdrawals just like a heroin addict, and
No, hey, that's why a lot of people are on heroin because the damn street
oh
drugs.
hey,
yeah,
They'll
hey,
put
yeah,
look,
you on the oxycodone and all that stuff,
yeah.
and then take it
I
off
was on
you,
the
and then them dudes are
oxycodone
drug
now.
addicts, man.
Bro,
hey,
That's
look,
how they
the
become drug
pills I
addicts.
was getting every day, one pill right now, you could sell it for 35, $40 for one pill. And I was taking 5 a day I was prescribed. And sometimes that wasn't even enough. I had hookups with, because everybody kind of knows when you're taking them, the other people that are taking them. Not the people that are just getting one script, the people that are on them for life. Because once your doctor prescribes it to you and you get addicted, in the old days, we couldn't take you off. Now they're throwing doctors in jail. It's a fucking heavy thing. So they're not going to let you get addicted. They got pain management clinics they send you to. But back in the old day, if a doctor got you hooked, you were there for life. Every month you get your script, and that life went on. And you're just like a junkie, but you're a legal walking junkie. You're functional. You can go to work. You don't have to worry about getting your fix.
then you get a commercial saying if you grow women breasts and a 6 toe, you may have a lawsuit. If you took
Uh,
Argorex, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But look, I was gonna say about the reason why I brought up that part of the game is because all those people have a fight a fight in this medical marijuana situation. You know what I'm saying? Like the motherfucking pharmacies and all them people, the big, I forgot what they call them. Them motherfuckers be using plants. Most of they prescriptions got a little bit of plant. You know what I'm saying? In they shit with some artificial shit, right? But the artificial shit in there is to get you hooked. You know what I'm saying? Some of the plant parts, some of it got opiates in them pills. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know where the opiate come from, right?
Yeah, poppy
From
plant.
opium, from
Yeah, it
poppy,
comes from, yeah, the same
morphine.
shit I was just talking about. You know
That's
what I'm
what I
saying?
was addicted to for years and
So
years and years.
it's always been a legend, always been a motherfucking plot to keep you. You know what I'm saying? On it, whether it's mental or it's not mental, it's always something to get you
Well,
hooked.
bro, that's why they centralize heroin in the ghetto, bro, because they keep the population under control. I mean, it's fucking simple. It's plain and simple, bro. Cops know that shit's going on. You know,
But
but they can keep the whole fucking population of the minority community under control by keeping the heroin in the black community, where right now it's totally, you got suburbs coming in and getting it, and it's different now. But back in the day, that's what they did, man. They kept they
Hey,
pretty
to
much.
keep it a buck, yo, that's and the sad part about it is when we talk about our community, black community, they are the ghettos or slum them doing that. That's nothing new, man. If you guys watch the news and you always hear about China and Hong Kong and them fussing about that, the reason Hong Kong is an individual port is because that's where the British used to bring opium to sell dope to Chinese people. It ain't nothing changed, and you control the population that way. It's the same thing. Opium is probably the oldest drug in the
Mm,
world, and it's been killing people. And they were you could go get that prescribed to you, and they're talking about marijuana. Get out of here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even know how we got from one to the other, but with me, everybody says they say, oh, marijuana is a gateway drug. It's going to get you hooked on harder things,
Lies.
bro. Marijuana was the gateway to get me away from the harder drugs, bro. It was the gateway out, because you have to let yourself know that your body is not going to tolerate anything stronger than marijuana. Marijuana you can handle. Heroin, alcohol, cocaine, speed. Fuck that shit. That shit's going to kill you. Marijuana is not going to kill you. If you want to take a mind altering substance, get used to marijuana, because that's the best there's going to be, bro. That's the best there is.
this one thing I don't like though. I don't like see the way that the 2018 Farm Bill is written. It really split the weed community apart. Like you got the Delta 9 people in the legal states where y'all at, like California. Where you at, Bruce? I think you say you in Rhode Island or something
Rhode
like that.
Island, bro.
So y'all in legal states, you know what I'm saying? But those companies, they don't like the CBD companies.
No,
You
I'm
see
in
what I'm
an
saying?
illegal state, bro.
Oh, you in the illegal state? Well,
Yeah, I
well,
just but medical state, but for the regular people, it's illegal. That's why I have to spend 125 for my medical marijuana card. I wear it around my neck whenever I'm online and smoking.
okay, so but the legal states like California and stuff like that, like they split. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want them type of companies around because they're gonna be competition. And then you got states like Texas. It's gonna probably be a long time before we get legalized Delta 9. You know what I'm saying? So we got the proponents for the Delta 8 down here, and it's not a unified thing. It's like it's split. You know what I'm saying? I just wish they would write it so it could all be unity, man. We should all be enjoying this gas across the nation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, a guaranteed weekly stash too, bro. Put that into the bill too.
Hell yeah.
Hey man, I still like funny man. I got partners and stuff that still stay in Oregon, and yo, you know everything legal there, but it ain't mass chaos. The truth of the matter is, they waste a lot of time chasing behind this stuff. You know, we still arguing about marijuana and all these drugs, but we still can't drink water and I mean seawater and shit. But we gotta buy that shit in a bottle. You know, I mean, the stupid stuff that we focus on when there's so much other shit we could be dealing with, but we arguing about something like this. And you know, truth be told, you guys, if there's something you're
You
always
talking
in the
about us?
background getting paid,
You talking about us arguing
huh?
or the government? You talking about the government?
No, I'm just talking about the government and society. Every time you see people fussing about something like this, somebody getting paid because I know full well, like a lot of us do. There's areas where they sit and let these people that sell drugs or sell street drugs get so big, and then all magically they bust them because they collect the money from them, and then they go back to they put them right back. That's why you see the same spots keep selling the same stuff. But now
Hey,
it's just like it's so much public pressure with it that now they're probably going to finally do something. But like I say, I'm in the South. That Alabama will be the last state to do anything about it and stuff.
Oh,
We'll
bro.
be.
hey, look. The conversation went to the pharmacists and all that based on what you just said. You know what I'm saying? That they all the reason why it's so prolonged in a lot of states is because the pharmacies and all these different motherfuckers got their hand in this shit. Like they got a lot to lose. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot to lose. Like especially as far as legalizing it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna be on them pills no more. A lot of them people that was on that disease that Freddie Rose got, they gonna be in the dispensaries, bro. They're not gonna be at the pharmacy filling no prescription. You know what I'm saying?
Or you could just
Yeah,
look at
because
it
the
from
side effects, man, side effects is too great, man. They talking about got pills now for people like that that had, I forgot what other disorder they had, and they got fucking boys growing breasts and stuff from these pills. Like they got these pills, man. Look, truth be told, every time you, like you said, we've been seeing it for years, man. You say, oh yeah, this is gonna fix this, and in the commercial tell you 30 things it's gonna do to you. It's like what? Yo, I'm good. You ain't never heard of motherfucking weed making your anal bleeding and death and all that. Like what? Like,
And
oh
bro,
no, I'm good.
bro, you know what the biggest crime is from the drugs, even the hard drugs? It's not so much the drugs themselves. It's what the people have to do to get them, and the cartels that are bringing them here. If they would stop and the fucking the crash units from the cops that have a fucking total roided out attitude, knocking down doors and shit, bro. I mean, it's a fucking jungle. If there wouldn't be the fucking legal ramifications and just let the people use the fucking drugs, I mean, it's survival of the fittest out there. If people are gonna fucking do these things, they're gonna do them regardless of the legal penalties. So I mean, really, I think if they would break that shit down, and people education, rehabilitation. I think the world would be a better place. But that's where I think the violence and all most of the death comes from. With all the drugs, even marijuana to some extent. You know, it's a
I think
fucking violent world. Whenever there's free money to be made, it's fucking bullets are involved, which is fucked
hey,
up.
hey
I
when
got I
I
got to go the other way with that. I think it's a mental, Bruce. I think it's mental and a motherfucker upbringing, bro. I be watching some crazy shit, man. And these motherfuckers ain't smoked a joint or hit a line. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is brokers and motherfuckers with money, bro. You know what I'm saying? That be out here serial. They real serial. Whether it's the R word or whether they actually taking someone out. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers ain't getting high. They get high off that kind of aspect. So a lot of this shit be mental. If a lot of motherfuckers did smoke weed, they probably wouldn't do the shit that they did. You know what I'm saying? If
Oh,
a
I
lot of
wish they had it at the Paris peace talks, bro.
if a lot of motherfuckers was on these CB Delta 9s and shit like Trey was talking about, they probably wouldn't. It probably would be less of violence. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this shit mental, man. It ain't about protection and like a lot of murders should be about protection, right? protecting your community, protecting your family, protecting your house. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this shit be what you call it? Allies, right? Allies. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker threw a rock at me, I'm throwing a rock at them. You
Oh
feel me?
yeah, and then you shoot at me, and I'm gonna get a fucking Uzi and shoot at you, and I'm gonna fucking get a firebomb, and I'm gonna get a fucking, it just goes on, and where does it fucking stop? You know?
Yeah, but even with that, it's still mental because you ain't going out there with trying to get
Yeah, but you
your
see, if you take the big profits away from it, and let the pharmaceutical companies fucking sell it, man. If that'll keep this fucking the cartels and all this all the blood. I don't know. To me, all I see is bad from hard drugs. From illegalized substances, from enforcement, from crimes that are associated with it, getting the money. It's totally out of hand right now, bro. I think they should take a real serious look at this stuff. I think Portugal did that, bro. And what the fuck has happened in Portugal? No major world crisis. It's not a country full of zombies.
yeah,
Hey,
that's all for to get to Amsterdam. It's a bunch of places where weed is legalized, and you see how less the crime is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
I
they
think
decriminalize everything and see how much lesser crimes there are. They
I,
have
I
those
think a
zones
big
in Seattle junkies can go shoot up in without
I
getting
think
have to worry about.
I think a big part of this is like it's like on the basic level. Like the reasons that people take marijuana, for example. Like some people take it to sleep. If you go to the store and you go look for something to sleep, you're gonna see two products for the most part. One is called diphenhydramine. If you look at any kind of sleeping medication, you're gonna see either that or you're gonna see melatonin. If people got the option to take marijuana, they not gonna be wanting to buy that damn diphenhydramine or that fucking melatonin. They gonna want to get that gas because that shit work better than any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, like people take it for pain. So some people they go to the doctor and get prescribed some ibuprofen. Some people take Tylenol, different kind of shit. What acetaminophen and all of that kind of stuff. So people ain't gonna want to buy that. They gonna want to go buy that marijuana. You know what I'm saying? I think that's like one of the main reasons we got them type of companies that's in the way. Like when we think about the pharmaceuticals, we think about the Valium and the fucking Vicodin and all that kind of shit. I start thinking more about on the basic level. You know what I'm saying? Like basic over the counter
Oh,
medication.
absolutely. I don't buy any of that shit. I used to get migraine headaches. Well, I never really had them professionally analyzed, but I thought they were migraines, and I'd get Excedrin that would work for me. So I stopped. I don't do caffeine, so I quit the Excedrin. I have a bottle of aspirin and a bottle of Tylenol, which which Excedrin is caffeine. Excuse me, yeah, caffeine, Tylenol, and aspirin. But I just don't need it anymore. Marijuana, I don't get the headaches because I like getting high all the time. Me and my wife are happy together when we're stoned. Um, Marijuana has gotten me off Wellbutrin that a doctor prescribed me after I retired, and I told him I was bored. It got me off of shit. Oh Christ, there's been several things that I've stopped taking. Because the weed. And it's all been through with the doctor. Gabapentin they gave me because I had neuropathy in my feet because I wasn't doing as much exercise as I was doing when I retired. I got back to getting active again. The fucking neuropathy went away. The gabapentin was fucking bullshit. I mean, anybody that takes that really reanalyze what you're taking, and it's basically given to epileptic patients. But because of the opiate crisis, doctors had to stop prescribing opiates. A lot of them went to gabapentin, and you'd be surprised. I talked to so many people. Oh yeah, I take 3 of those every day. I'm like, man, and because very strong drug. You feel like you're drunk. I guess it would work for pain for some people. To me, it just was. It was a bad experience. Oh yeah, the doctor prescribed me like I think she told me to take 7 of them. And I was doing that. I was sleeping, waking up with a hangover for probably about I'm going to say a year and a half or so. And then I said, "Fuck these things, man." I was working out again. I was getting the circulation. I wasn't getting the neuropathy. And she said, "Oh, you can't just stop taking them. You have to stop one every month." So it was like the things are very powerful and very addicting. But to personally, marijuana has gotten me off a lot of things, man. It's gotten me off benzodiazepam. The doctor used to prescribe that to me for sleep, Trey X, and that's a fucking highly addictive narcotic right there, bro. I don't know if you ever heard about a benzo addiction. That's almost worse than a heroin addiction, bro. That's that's a fucking tough one to kick, man. And anyway, I told the doctor, and once again, he said, "Well, you're gonna have to really cut down." Half of one, then just prescribe me a lower dose. But anyway, man, weed to me, bro, that's my. I love that. I've never done a show online. I did one show online that I wasn't stoned or been on one panel, and I didn't think I was at my best. I just prefer the weed, bro. That's my thing. It's legal. I love it. It's probably gonna break me sooner or later financially, but hey, what a way to go, right?
Hey, that's the biggest thing though, like Trex was saying though. You're not talking about billions of dollars, you're talking about trillions. And the truth of the matter is all of us could bump our head and figure out how to grow a plant at your house. You are literally eliminating trillions of dollars that these businesses have generated where for something that I can literally get and do for free at my house. And they are not allowing that to happen. Like he said,
Did y'all
aspirin companies, all them people, melatonin, they are not going to allow that to happen.
did y'all
That's what
hear
I
what
was trying to say. Yeah.
did y'all hear what Bruce just said? I was just saying that's why all this shit is tied in together. That's why all this shit is being fought for. That's who paying the money to keep this shit prolonged. It's those people. Look how many medications this man said he just jumped off of.
Yeah.
Not just because he's a veteran, you know what I'm saying, patient, but all those medications with different companies, different pharmaceutical companies. You know what I'm saying? Different reasons, different things. Most people that's over a certain age is on medication. You know what I'm saying? Most people, and then most of it is for pain, joint pain and shit like that. Now motherfuckers getting carpal tunnel these days. I ain't never heard of that just till the 2000s. Carpal tunnel.
Until they started locking up doctors, they were freely writing, Vicodin and Percocet and OxyContin when it first came around, bro. They were, in fact, the what's the fucking company there? I can't think of the name of the family that owns OxyContin, but they were giving doctors these huge incentives to write. They were promoting this drug as non-addictive when it first came around. It didn't have aspirin or Tylenol in it.
And
Go ahead,
then
Yeah,
Bruce.
and then look at this. The CBD companies and stuff, they even got products out for kids and for pets.
Oh
So
yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah,
so so
yeah.
so think about all the stuff that's in the stores that's being marketed to people to buy for the kids and for the pets. All of that can be off the shelves because of the marijuana, because the CBD
But see that,
companies.
that that thing I tried to show you, that was in Texas, and that was about a family who has a daughter who is autistic, and she was hurting herself, punching herself in the head, pulling her hair out, and then one day, the parents are at wit's end because you have a child who becomes autistic. That's like losing a child, bro. I mean, that's think about that, bro. You lose everything. You lose playing, or you lose. Damn, you lose a child. But on top of that, they had to take care of this child who was hurting herself, and a friend just said, try this weed brownie, and so they just gave it to her, and within a half hour, she had a smile on her face, and she wasn't hurting herself, and now she's, like, if I could have ran that, she's frying eggs. I mean, they've gotten their child back, and because they're in Texas, they can't get the THC now. The person they were getting it from was a medical patient. He died, and now they went out in the open, and this congresswoman is agreeing with them, and they're trying to get the THC legalized for the patients, but they won't give them that over 5%. They want to give them the lower dose, and they need the higher dose for their child. And right now, there's it's an appeal, so they can get the higher dose, but it's a lot of families are relying on this. Autistic people, that the marijuana is really, it's a for them, it's a gift from God, but yet with all this fucking federal bullshit and all these legal stipulations, it's turning their lives into hell, bro. And that's
Hey,
what.
all the negative things to do with marijuana is from it being illegal. There's
Absolutely,
nothing
bro.
there. All the problems that revolve around marijuana is it being illegal because people have to sneak around with it. People have to do it. It has nothing to do. You have never heard a school shooting happened, and the dude was like, "Yeah, before he shot the school,
Mm.
he smoked a joint." No, this has never happened. Like, so
Or
everything related criminal to marijuana is based on it being illegal.
Oh, when I
Bottom
was a
line.
kid, they would show Reefer Madness. They would have a fucking assembly, and they'd show Reefer Madness. And yeah, it was supposedly you're supposed to believe it. You ever watch that movie now? It's a comedy, bro.
Yeah.
look, or accident. Like now, they finna try to put in the breathalyzer. They finna try to test you for marijuana now in the breathalyzer.
Oh yeah. You can get busted in Rhode Island for buzz driving.
Yeah, so
They've taught the stadies well, man. They've taught them how to stick their nose right in, take a good whiff.
it's
You
just
know, it's
called capitalizing. Look, that's a whole nother market. That's the
yeah.
police now. Now the police is trying to capitalize off weed being illegal and find ways to arrest a motherfucker by it. You know what I'm saying? That's a petty ass way, but that's probably paid by the pharmaceuticals. You know what I'm saying? That's probably paid by other motherfuckers. Like whenever you heard a motherfucker getting high and having an accident, most motherfuckers get high don't even want to drive.
Well, the thing is, you can get busted with an ounce in Rhode Island, and it's not even. It's not. It's a civil
But
crime.
that
You have to. It's a
I'm just
mail-in fine,
I'm just saying
$150. But
I'm just saying in general, just trying to make $1 capitalize off the shit. Is
oh,
we
it's totally wrong.
like that shit is wrong, bro. Like how in the fuck you know a motherfucker not so you finna trying to press a motherfucker. Oh, your eyes are low. I'm finna see if you're high. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Hey,
he was
but
high,
Hey, they're already pulling that mess, man. You can die from them talking about they smell marijuana in your car. So it like I'm saying, like how many people have lost their life over this illegal mannerism behind it? Because okay, so if you smell something, so was I driving erratic? Was I doing anything to promote it? No, it's just I'm just telling you, man. It's just a way for them to generate. There's so many income streams based on it being illegal. One, you maintain your foundations with the pharmaceuticals. Then you can lock people up over it. Then you can confiscate people's stuff. Because hey, when we were younger, Marlo, there was a time period when people, if they made proceeds from illegal activities, you would go to jail, but you got to keep that stuff. But now they make it so that they can take everything. So you fuck around, you got a brand new car or whatever, you get caught with a joint or something like that, they can make all he was distributing, let's take all his shit. I mean, that's what it's about. It's a hustle game.
see down here when they passed that 2018 farm bill, it made things confusing down here, and they were losing money because people they was getting pulled over with possession of marijuana, but they wasn't going to jail for it because the police couldn't test whether it was Delta 9 THC or it was hemp. You know what I'm saying? So what they've been doing lately, they just been dry ass taking people to jail, even people that's 100% stone cold sober. You can look on YouTube. They got videos out on YouTube about this shit, man. It's like an epidemic going across a lot of states where folks is getting pulled over, getting field sobriety tests for marijuana and going to jail stone cold sober, ain't even ingested any marijuana at all. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
it's a
saying?
national stop and frisk policy, man. Like that stop and frisk stuff we used to hear about in New York. It's the same thing going around. Like you talking, Trey X, stopping you for nothing. You don't even have anything on you, and they'll say that you're under the influence.
hey,
That
peep
shit
this.
crazy.
I've been doing like been checking out a lot of shit, right? Like a lot of violence and a lot of motherfuckers who be talking behind the violence and shit like that. And I'm starting to think, y'all remember when what's it called, the Tuskegee experiment or something like that?
Yeah.
When
Oh,
doctors was going
Tuskegee,
to,
yeah, for sure, bro. The Yemen.
yeah, when them doctors was going to the black community and shooting his family with all kinds of shit that's supposed to be syphilis and shit like that.
Yeah, gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea, there you go. Okay,
It was
man,
syphilis.
It was
whatever,
syphilis.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
let it
whatever,
drink of gonorrhea. Oh.
and it was some more shit, y'all. We just don't know that it was just that, right? But just looking back right now, how motherfuckers think and how motherfuckers talk and react, and the programs and shit, like you watch the news, like it's trigger words that motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like not even just black people, it's even white people. Like when they triggered them people to go run and storm the Capitol building, you know what I'm saying? If you had a bunch of free individual thinking motherfuckers, that shit wouldn't have happened, man. That shit wouldn't have happened, bro. Some logical thinking motherfuckers, right? Like, couldn't no one man just convince you that something happened that really didn't happen? if you was a logical thinking motherfucker. You was
Hey, but if
convinced.
you think about it, man, that's just how our system is made, man. We get groomed in school from day one, man.
I
Like,
was trying to get into it because even in the streets, like we influenced by what a lot of young niggas right now in this day and time is influenced by what they hear in the music or what they heard from a motherfucker back in the day. Like right now, when you listen to a young nigga talk, it's disrespectful to call somebody old, my nigga. Shut your old ass up, you old ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, since when? Y'all tell me when it was disrespectful to be old, my nigga. To call somebody old. If I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? Let's have this conversation. Like right now, if you listen to young niggas conversation that's 20 in their 20s or anywhere in that area, it's disrespect. It's old. Like a bad term. You know what I'm saying? You old ass nigga. Shut your old ass up, nigga. You old nigga. You this, you that. Like I ain't know that old. Like old come with wisdom. Motherfuckers done been and seen a little bit more than you. Like you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers look to hear out a old cat. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers looked up to old cats. Now it's like I ain't just talking about in California. I'm talking about all over the world. You watch these videos, listen to these niggas. Old, even you listen to an old nigga get mad because a nigga called him an old ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, let me
Yeah,
chime.
I see it, bro. I see it. That shit is prevalent, bro.
hey, Dark Vader, aka D-Lo.
what you saying?
Hey, I'm sounding bad again.
Yeah, you was, man. Look, you sound like you frying eggs or something.
How about now?
Voice of reason, my ass.
How about
Man, if
now?
you don't mute that mic,
Man, something going on.
that's
You know,
it. I can't take it.
you fucking up niggas' ears.
This nigga done connected his damn oxygen tank to the microphone and shit, bro.
Right. You sound like Dark Vader. Hey, but yeah, like it's weird. Like when I hear niggas say that, I be like, damn, you acting like it's like why is that changing the whole conversation? Nigga, you ain't even listen to the man point. You just muting the man because he old. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wrong to be old these days, nigga. That's where you gonna get your you know what I'm saying, your learning
Your
from.
game.
That's where you gonna get your game. Somebody who's been there. So you cutting him off because he old. Shut your old ass up, the old ass nigga. Because the nigga making a good point. You know what I'm saying? Putting you in your place, and your only defense is like a 3-year-old kid or some shit, 4-year-old kid to call a nigga old. Like it's wrong to be old. Like nigga, you got to get to this age, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I never hear too much of that disrespect. You know me, bro. I throw my opinions out there freely, and everybody knows I'm an old fucking dude. So hey, I don't know, bro, man. But I hear it though. I hear it all the time. But I never get it directed towards me though. So peace to the family out there, man.
Nah, because you ain't in those circles. Like most motherfuckers we fuck with in our this circle, we mature adults. You know what I'm saying? We know what respect is. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a lot of
Oh,
disrespect.
I go to crazy places, bro. I'm fucking. I probably got 70 wrenches out there, maybe 75. I go all over the place. I go on different panels. I get in fucking arguments and shit, bro. But I never get disrespected because I'm an old dude. I get disrespected sometimes because I forgot because I'm riding with some other fucking fighter or something. Some of these extreme fans, but nobody gives me any fucking bullshit because of the age.
Yeah, not you. I'm just saying in
Yeah, no,
general.
I hear you, bro. Like I said, I hear you old crusty ass,
Yeah, and
well,
it takes away from the point.
I'm lucky. I don't hear it. Maybe behind my back and maybe on different shows and shit, but not to the face, bro. So hey,
But look, I'm just saying they take away from the point. When the
oh
motherfucker try
for sure, bro. You can't
good.
think of anything else to say. You get your fucking old crusty ass out of here.
Well, every time this man say something, that nigga Bruce come right over the top.
I ain't trying to overtalk it either, man. But yeah, though, I was thinking what y'all think about that. That shit is getting kind of like it's becoming part of the culture, man. To disrespect a motherfucker when they wrong,
I can't do it, bro.
it's weird, man. Me
I'm gonna say
neither.
you shut your fucking young whippersnapper ass up, or I'm gonna fucking reach out and grab you and fucking smack some fucking intelligence in you. You know what the fuck?
Like what is gonna be a battle of the young and the old? Like it's a cutoff
Yeah,
line. You know what I'm saying? If you 30 years
I'll
old,
stick with the young in that if it comes to that, bro.
That's all I was trying to say. Like that's kind of weird. Like it's a big disconnect in our community where it's already a bunch of different things going on. You got a bunch of followers, you know what I'm saying? Go along, get along. Motherfuckers who searching for I don't even want to say go to but searching for a father figure. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of disconnect going on in our community.
See, but
And go ahead.
this is the thing too, though, bro. Like we in this information age, and that done kind of took a lot of the respect away from the old school. Because you used to go to the old school and go learn something, chop it up with them underneath the shade tree. But nowadays, you can just go to Google, go look up something. So it's like it done kind of took some of that prestige away from the old heads. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they done lost some respect for them. Because you know, in our generation, we got respect for the old school. Nigga, we gonna go buy them a case of beer and sit up there and listen to them talk shit about whatever they ranting about that day. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciated that shit. We respect that shit. But the damn kids done lost it, man. And like you said, it has turned into an insult. I do hear that all the time, bro. Shut your old ass up, you old motherfucker. And I
Yeah.
guess also too, cause we all on social media, motherfuckers want followers and all that kind of stuff. Folks want likes. I guess if you're young and good looking, you gonna get more likes and shit than somebody that's old and not good looking. So you know they be taking all that kind of shit into account, but I do think it's some bullshit.
So it's not about the message then. You know what I'm saying? Because that young dumbass nigga that's calling the nigga old, you know what I'm saying? That was his defense to take away from the message. You know what I'm saying? That a motherfucker, you file and you searching for attention and you gonna get it in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? That was really the message. You feel what I'm saying? But it
See,
was it
but this thing too though, bro. People don't really care about the message as much. I done saw two cases. I saw this one dude that went to jail for doing some kind of crime. It was fucked up. I can't remember, but it was a lot of women saying he too good looking to be locked up. And then I just saw another one. It was a dude that was literally a serial killer. The motherfucker done killed like 3 people. I think it was 2 women and a child. And it was women talking about he too good looking to be locked up. They would rather see this motherfucker free because he good looking. So it's like it make you think. Some people will rather see a bad message from a good looking person than a good message from a not attractive person. You know what I'm saying? And that shit's crazy.
man, that shit backwards.
Oh,
It's just,
you know how many women used to write proposals to the who was it, the fucking the the Zodiac killer in fucking San Fran, man. Fucking women would be in love. They wanted to marry him. I think he even did marry a few of them, but yeah, some people are fucking nuts, man. Some people are fucking crazy. You
That
know,
shit.
that's why I like coming over here, Marlo and Trey X, man. You guys fucking civilized. You're not talking over everybody. You keep it fucking real, bro. So some other panels, it's like the fucking Jerry Springer show. You can't hear anything because nobody shuts up. I think people just want to hear themselves talking.
yeah, it's
We've
all
been doing this for a while, Bruce.
yeah, it's all
Yeah,
about
no, and even the quizzes, bro. It's civilized. It keeps me entertained. And then I go over on fucking fourth quarter. So yeah, that's why I don't have to listen to any of that bullshit. I do go to every fucking site that it seems that I that says boxing on my fucking on my home on my page. But some of them are they're more civilized. They're older, and now that I got my own channel too, I'm devoting a little more time to that. Last night I did a third thing on Hearns and Hagler fight. And I find it just more fun. You can kind of hang around with people with the same like minds. We talk about the weed, we talk about jazz, boxing, and there's cool sites like this. I come on and fucking the last thing I thought I was gonna do was come blabber until midnight, man. I should be fucking winding it down a half hour ago. But hey, man, I'm digging it. You know what I'm saying, bro?
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, we have a good conversation. We gonna take it anywhere, man. But I was just thinking about that because I be seeing that a lot, man. Because I be looking at the character, man. The motherfuckers be full of shit, and I ain't gonna waste my time support nobody that's just full of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't go. You don't see me around a lot on YouTube. I be really trying to learn, and you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I don't be really trying to waste my time, man.
Hey, you hear that, Gil Coles? We don't waste our time on people that's full of shit. That's why we ain't trying to call that damn Keith Thurman fight. Goddamn, we fuck with people that's on they shit, on they square. This
Yeah.
motherfucker Keith Thurman, man, talking about we gotta pay pay-per-view to watch Keith once upon a time, sometime Thurman. Man, fuck out of here, man. And that's for talking shit about my Cowboys too, man. I hope he's still in here.
Have to pay. Hey, talking about paying that goddamn. That shit should be $40. It should be $33.99
I was
for
about to say
actually.
$19.99. It should be the 20 shit.
Damn, I just blasted a troll bot out there, man. They won't leave you alone over here, Marlo. That
Yeah, a lot of these people, they don't be trolls, man. They be people with a different
well,
name.
just lately we've been seeing that one out here, and I did a little research, and what it is, it's a porn site, a hardcore porn site, and they also steal information from you when you go on there. So
Yeah,
that's why as soon as I see them in any chat, I just delete them and block them
yeah,
because
black.
it's some bot. It's either South Korean or Russian. There's they each have them, but it seems like as soon as you go online, bang, they hit you, and the names that they use, like Joyce Spalding, all these crazy fucking names, or else it's a Russian name. This one was known as Kadeen Nasamin. So
Yeah,
Keep it real, Bruce.
I
You know
like.
you know you went to the site and bookmarked that shit so you can go
No,
check it out
no,
later
no.
on.
I only go to the safe ones, bro. I don't go to those new ones, man. I got the tried and true. I've been hanging with for years, man.
Already.
hey, but yeah, I just brought that up because like I see a lot of motherfucking hating going on amongst, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of
Not me, bro. No room for it over here, man.
this ain't got nothing to do with you.
No, I
Bruce.
know I hate you. I'm just saying you're so right. It's out there. It's abundant, but I just stay away from it because I'm not going to be able to change their minds. I'm not going to be able to argue with them. Hate is just a wasted emotion, bro. I mean, I stay away from it. I avoid it.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Let me get to this point though. That everywhere you look, you know what I'm saying, trying to hear the message, see what a motherfucker talking about. It's always that, you know what I'm saying, and it's always us behind it. You feel what I'm saying? And it's not like just here or there or there. It's every fucking where, like a plague. You know what I mean, motherfucker, and the mentality that these motherfuckers got and the support that kind of shit get is kind of crazy. It's the reason why I was bringing it up.
No, I understand too, and I get a kick out of it. I watch it. My wife watches it. We laugh, man. Look at these people, man. Look, this is the internet. This is supposed to be boxing, and there's all these fucking feuds going on, internal feuds from outside. It's crazy, bro. That's why I don't have any problems with anybody, really, man. If they have problems with me, hey, man, block me. But I go give them a thumbs up. I'll give them a salute. But I won't stay long. I'll go somewhere else. But it's the internet. That's all it is, man.
Right. Yeah, I know, but it's still a party. I don't give a fuck if your name is uh, Crotch Crotch Johnson. It's you still you. The person is still you. The person that's typing and the person that's thinking is still you. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
don't have. I don't care who it is. You still out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? You still out there in the world, man. And you know what I mean? And that's kind of crazy. Like that kind of shit. That's why them motherfuckers walk around and still do what they do. And
Man,
why?
I just try to be kind. That's all, man. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want anybody to hurt me. It's the fucking internet, bro.
But this the thing though, Bruce. If people start viewing you as a threat, they gonna bring the drama to you whether you want it or not.
Bring it on, man. Who gives a fuck, really, man?
I'm just saying it can get annoying.
Yeah,
Especially like if you the type of motherfucker you don't bother nobody and you just handle your business and have fun and be positive, but somebody got your name in their mouth, it can get annoying. You know what I'm saying? That's just human nature. Who the fuck want to hear somebody talk about them? Like for example, this one dude made a diss video about me and Marlo a long time ago because I didn't know every single fighter in the bantamweight division. That shit's annoying. We didn't even respond to the goddamn video. But it's still annoying for somebody to have your goddamn name in your mouth and you ain't bothering their ass. You just
Yeah,
on
but
your
see,
channel
everything we say
doing your
out here,
own thing.
we'll put it out in the open, bro. That's the this is the internet. Everything you say is out in the open. You can't, so somebody's going to critique it, not to your liking. Hey, if you didn't want that, you shouldn't have put that video out. This is, you should have just
Hold up, bro.
written it down. You know what I'm saying, bro? To me, everything I say out here, it's up there for grabs. You want to shove it back in my face. You want to do a video about it, whatever it may be, man. Because who cares? It's only the internet, bro. I go out there, I talk boxing, I say, hey, bro, I was on there with Marlo and Trey X. They say, what the fuck is Marlo and Trey X? What are you talking about? I mean, this is just it's a crazy thing. It doesn't mean anything to anybody except us, bro. And I'm not gonna let it fucking bother me, man.
Bruce, you missing. This ain't bothering nobody, bro. This is a conversation. You know what I'm saying, about how people think, my brother. It's not about if you hear somebody bringing it up. It doesn't mean we're not on defense. You know what I'm saying? We're not on the defense, brother. It's not like it's a back and forth thing. Like it don't bother us. You don't hear us talking about this shit every
No,
day. This
not
shit,
you guys, but some people I do.
yeah, that's just an example of what we saying. Like we using examples. You know what I'm saying? It don't bother us, man. It's not gonna take away from our overall thing that we do. Our overall goal is just motherfucking annoying, and to see that shit every time you go, you see a title in the boxing community. It's some bullshit behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Some lies
yeah, I can
spilled,
see it.
narrative spilled. Nobody asking this motherfucker for proof. You know what I'm saying? It's just cause of whatever. I don't know what the fuck it is, but motherfuckers support bullshit. Is what a motherfucker saying. Like the
Yeah.
motherfucker that made that video, that motherfucker, we never claimed to know anything about the bantamweight, everything about the bantamweight, or everything about boxing. So for you to even put that was weird for you to even put that out there. Like we claimed to be the end all be
There's
all.
a lot of weirdos out there, though, man. There's tons of weirdos out there. That's
And we agree on that, my brother. That's why we're just having a discussion like this is weird. You know what I'm saying? What's
yeah.
going on? What's in the water? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this is my thing. I don't even fuck with a bunch of people. You gonna see me on this channel. I get on with MZ and I get on fourth quarter talk because Big Duke invited me. He sends me a link to get on every single time we do a live stream now. So I go get on. I don't fuck with people. I'm not Mr. Friendly. I'm not in all the chats talking to everybody. That ain't me. So leave me the fuck alone. If I'm over here doing my thing, minding my business, I don't need nobody to keep having my name in their mouth on shit. Shut your ass up because I'm not thinking about you at all. I'm over here doing my thing and I mind my own business. So yes, it annoys me if a motherfucker make a video and he got my name in his mouth. All that other shit I don't give a fuck about. Leave me alone. And that's my thing. Shit, I'm a fucking human. It is what it is. I don't want nobody fucking with me and if I ain't fucking with them.
And
Period.
Yeah,
what's
but
crazy?
unfortunately, bro.
Hold up, Bruce. Real quick,
No.
listen to this. You said
Okay,
that,
go,
right?
bro.
No,
Hey, I gotta cut out, bro. It's midnight, man. I appreciate this. I'll be listening to it when I go to sleep, but I have to log off right now, bro.
I was going to say, I just wanted to add on more to what you were saying because you make it
No,
seem
go.
like
I'll be listening, bro. I'm just.
from that video, that shit didn't just say, oh, it was just that. Like, and we didn't respond to it like Trey said, but somebody spent a whole nother narrative off just that one video off a comment section, off a comment that was left. It don't just go from it's just that, though. You know what I'm saying? That shit get taken and spent and, you know what I'm saying, add lies added on and some more shit, man. Like, it just don't go from just that with the internet. The internet it's a clout chasing game. You know what I'm saying? And if you believe and support it, you know what I'm saying, that's what they're looking for. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna say that I don't think you should take it personal, even though it's aimed at you personally. That's some other dude's problem, man. If he's gonna sit there and make a fucking video about what you said, bro, for instance, man, I was on this channel, man, this fucking historian's channel, very very prestigious cat at the time. I thought, and he starts talking about these fucking bunch of guys. And they were on a panel and they were talking about English boxers. They didn't know what they were talking about, and he started mentioning historic boxers. But bro, we were out there on there talking about the best fights we saw with fighters from the UK. That we saw, we witnessed, and we talked about Lloyd Hunnigan and Donald Curry. and Nigel Benn, in McCulloch. We talked about a lot of different fighters that we saw, and I'm on this site, and he's mentioning the guy, and I said, whoa, I was on there, and the guy asked me to come on his channel. He wasn't personally bashing me, but anyway, I explained to him what it was, and anyway, I was on his site for 2 hours. You guys must know this guy I'm talking about. He saw me on another site. He didn't want me on that other site. If you're going to be on my site, started that fucking bullshit game. You're going to be blocked on my channel if you go to his channel. And I said, hey, I'm not about that. Fucking block me. And he did. And some people take this too seriously. I don't, bro.
I'm gonna say this, Bruce. Be glad that you came along when you did. Me and Marlo been doing this channel since March of 2018. We done seen a lot of shit since we've been on here. We done seen people come. We done seen people go. We done been the targets of some bullshit. It done been a lot of shit that done took place before we even heard of you. So a lot of the stuff that done took place.
I watched you guys get crucified, bro. I watched you guys get crucified by a channel that I used to go to, and man, I came over here, and I said, hey, I still went there, I still went here. I didn't understand. I didn't give a fuck really, because that's just internet bullshit. And the next thing you know, they're back, they're buddies again, and I'm the fucking bad guy because I chose sides. I understand what you're saying, bro, and I've been around here. I think I got on here like 2016. I think I signed up on YouTube.
You listen to a bunch of lies.
I know I did, man.
Nobody crucified her, and nobody asked for no facts. When a motherfucker did, a certain individual named King Louis brought all facts to the table. Motherfuckers thought he was lying. They said he was trolling. So nobody cares about facts. They just want to listen to the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why we do over here. We just keep it boxing, man.
Bro, I didn't pay attention to it, and I never even mentioned it until just now, because it does. It's just one of the millions of fucking things that some people get irked by this guy. Some people get irked because you went here, you said that, bro. I mean, I fucking go. I go where I go until people don't want me in their fucking rooms anymore. And then if I'm not welcome, I won't go there anymore. But believe me, I won't unsubscribe to people, because I've been supporting you for years. I'll still give you the sub. I'll still give you a thumbs up when I go there. I don't have to fucking say anything in the chat room. But it's crazy. Some people get irked by the smallest fucking things, and they have weird personalities. And hey, man, I am really 100% here for boxing, for nutrition, for jazz, for pro wrestling, and for weed. And that's kind of it. Tonight was a deep conversation, bro. But usually it's I keep it to lighter topics, bro. I don't get into personalities. I don't get into racism. I don't get into any of that bullshit, man. That's just who I am, man. And anyways, bro, I appreciate this so much, bro. Trax and Marlo, you guys can keep going. I'm going to be listening to you, but I'm not going to be chatting back because I got to go to bed, bro.
All right, good night, man. We gonna be right
peace to you, peace to everybody out there. La D, everybody out there, man. It's been awesome.
Yeah, peace. But yeah, bro.
I had to put my shit on the charger real quick. I'm probably echoing, huh?
Nah, you good. Let me see what's happening in the chat though. Gil Cole said, Larry, listen, I don't see. Oh, he talking to Larry, listen. Listen, say, could Ortiz get a trilogy fight with Wilder? He was winning 2 fights till he got KO'd. Yeah, we was talking about that, but I don't know what would be the purpose. Wilder don't got no belt no more. We was talking about him getting a fight with Fury or somebody like that. Yeah, somebody with a belt. Like, I guess he in the contentions right now for somebody for a title eliminator fight. I think it was Horkovich or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But shit, he can though. He winning. Wilder the only man to beat him. A lot of D talking to Larry. Everybody talking. A lot of D saying, "I'm never gonna leave you alone, Trey X. Go smell him up."
Don't worry about it. I got a foot to put in your ass in this next season of Chan Ross. You just make sure you stick around.
Larry Liston said, if Larry Liston, welcome, fam. If it's your first time, sound familiar. He said if White gonna fight Wilder, that's gonna hold that up. Hold what up? Oh, him versus White or something. Jalen White. D say nobody really wants to see White versus Wilder. White has no chance. She also said I take that back. We want to see Wilder bash White.
That's what I was gonna say. I wouldn't mind seeing Wilder knock his ass out.
Put him on the goddamn, make him a meme.
Yeah.
I say, wow. Oh, talking about I think she talking about the conversation. Larry Listen said, I think Wilder still beats anybody at heavyweight except Fury. A heavyweight division still going strong. Hell yeah, it is. You
Hey,
see,
appreciate the super chat from D-Lo. He say unsub, not coming back. Y'all hurt my feelings.
go listen to the
Oh, we
video.
didn't mean to hurt.
We just
Yeah,
told
we
you the
didn't mean to
truth.
hurt his feelings.
Yeah, we just told you the truth. You hear the sound in the video. What was that? Oh, la say Bruce goes good for you. Go wherever you want for real. That's you a grown ass man. But at least said they can't control shit in their homes, but wanna come to social media and tell people where they can go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Though. Like everywhere you look, motherfuckers, it's the same. It's the same get down, but just a different uh community. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is
and
steady.
the point that I was trying to make is, even if you just do your own thing and mind your own business, they will find a way to bring the bullshit to you. Even if you ain't looking for bullshit, you'll find yourself in the middle of it. Even if you just chilling.
Right.
So you can come and want to be peaceful all you want to. Shit, they'll put you in some bullshit if they want you in it.
Yeah, sooner, but you gonna have to vocally tell a motherfucker where you at with it. You know what I'm saying? And leave it alone. Ain't like you gonna be on it every goddamn day, but you definitely gonna say something. You know what I'm saying? Regardless to if you like me that want to tell a motherfucker to their face. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna say it on a live stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or a
If
video.
if you got a backbone, you gonna stand up for yourself at some point.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it start coming to your chat. You know what I'm saying? Or to your inbox or whatever it's coming to. But I wasn't saying that to dig up old dirt and shit or nothing like that. The point was it's just that shit is just like a plague, man. I think something wrong. It gotta be something wrong when you're looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like Lala D asked me about a certain individual chat, and I ain't had shit good to say about the motherfucker. And I wasn't trying to hate or um be funny or nothing. I was just giving an honest opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like I tried to go listen to the shit, but it's more drama over there than any type of good conversations. You know what I'm saying? It's always some
Yeah,
drama than good conversations. It's a narrative instead of facts. Like motherfucker giving their opinion on a narrative and not facts. You know what I mean? And if you type a fact in that motherfucker, it's like you saying fuck somebody. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's just what I'll be saying. Like it's all on the person you like's opinion instead of the facts. You feel me? Like you get
yeah,
blocked for saying the fact. Like over here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not comparing us to anybody. I'm just saying this is why I am like I am, regardless in your face or not. You know what I'm saying? But over here, motherfucker gonna hear you out. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker gonna disagree with you. A motherfucker might agree with you. But you know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker not finna argue with you over your opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's what he ain't. But you can't argue a fact, right? Like a motherfucker get mad because you try to argue a fact. Like go look it up, man. Go do your research. You know what I'm saying? Instead of sitting here trying to talk crazy to a motherfucker about something that's factually documented. That'd be the
yeah.
difference. A lot of us ain't doing that though. What was I in the chat? Oh, Lala D said they can't control. Oh, yeah, I read that one already. Gil Cole said I leave a thumbs down on a lot of D-Lo videos. It's all good, Bruce.
That's a good idea. I'm about to go thumbs down a few of them hoes myself.
These Gil Cole's great idea. I'm gonna thumbs down D-Lo's too.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cole, man. D-Lo,
I'm
what you was
tired
gonna
of
say?
I'm tired of hearing that nigga bash Earl Spence for Terrence Crawford. Nigga, I'm about to go hit dislike on that shit. I'm about to go hit dislike on La La D videos too. Y'all some Spence haters. Y'all some Crawford lovers.
Hey, Crawford been the diva though. If you think about it, everything got to go revolve around Crawford. He got the easiest strength of schedules. He don't got to fight nobody. He just need to go fight Spence right away.
Yeah, let's
Because
bash Crawford for a little while. Yeah, that's a good idea.
he got to go bash Crawford right away. He number one ranked, and then motherfucker reason for him is being undisputed at 140. But what about Josh Taylor? He beat more better competition than Bud did to get his undisputed. Like it's a lot of arguments for that, and it ain't no hate. It's just facts.
This
But
motherfucker.
leave it to the Bud fans. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence ain't did shit, but he got the tougher resume at 147.
The motherfuckers think they slick, man. Crawford, I think he wanted to fight Earl, but once Earl had that car wreck, he really wanted to fight him then. And then, like the Crawford fans, I believe they want to fight, most of them. But since Earl done been on a little layoff because he ain't fought since he fought Danny Garcia, they wanted him to fight Crawford next because they knew that Crawford would have an advantage because Earl is coming off a layoff. Them motherfuckers ain't slick, man, and I ain't dumb. I'm peeping game. I peep game like the ESPYs.
I ain't finna make no. Go ahead, D-Lo.
How I sound now?
You
You
sound like
sound
you
good.
about to say some bullshit.
Hell yeah. You talk. Um, what was I about to say? Oh, man, you talking about I'm bashing Errol Spence Jr. I had a motherfucker threaten violence against me. Don't even know me. Had never met me. Nothing because I said Terrence Crawford got dropped against Mean Machine. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, and the crazy thing was, me and the dude actually were making the same argument. It was just the fact that I said that shit was a clean knockdown. Everything else we agreed on went out the window. That motherfucker wanted to do harm to me. At least he thought he did. So that's how extreme some of these fans on. I ain't talking about just Terrence Crawford fans. Like some of these people take this shit too personal, man. Like I'm a fan of the sport first. I like some of these fighters more than I like others. Some fighters I could care less about. Some I feel like need to get the hell out of the sport. But at the end of the day, I don't take none of this stuff personal, man. And I'm not gonna I'm not gonna fall out with you or even somebody in the chat, anybody else in the chat that I don't know about these fighters that don't know me. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. And these people be acting like they ready to take a bullet for these fighters, man. And you know what I'm saying? They're like, it's just ridiculous.
Well, I was just talking shit.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to point that out, though, man. I mean, that's just how serious it is with some people, though, man. Like, yeah, we can joke around about it. Ain't nobody finna get mad at nobody.
Hey, D-Lo, it don't
Yeah.
surprise me because Bud didn't even want to talk about that knockdown himself when the commentator asked him about it.
Well, this was like right when it happened. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was like the night, I made a video right after it happened saying that he got knocked down, but it was like the next day we was on somebody else's video in the comment section. And shit, man, I can't even remember who the dude was. Now I probably done damn cross path with him in the chat, and he talking to me like ain't nothing happened. But I know back then, you know what I'm saying, he was threatening bodily harm, talking about what he'll do to me and this that. I'm like, okay,
I don't see it. That's crazy though, man. But it was
Yeah.
like that with the Pacquiao fans though. You can't break down your and give your take on what you see in the fighter, even if you giving them props. Like he can't have no holes. You know what I'm saying? He can't. Your eyes be lying to you if you saw any holes.
hey,
If you saw it,
that AJ Wilder situation was the same thing, right? Like if I go in my YouTube studio and look at all my comments that I hadn't responded to or they got held for review, all of them, I'm talking about every last one of them is related to AJ versus Wilder for the most part. And it's all most of them got like, you know what I'm saying, derogatory words in there that got filtered out and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, homophobic slurs, all kind of stuff. all behind a fight that we end up not even getting.
Yeah, a fantasy fight from right now. Hey, look at Lala talking about Marlo. Don't make me get into my pro bud shit talking mode. Come on with it. Come on, Claude. She also said, believe it or not, I have never blocked a person over Andre on my channel, but I have blocked over Wilder. I don't play with Wilder. Larry said, what you guys think about Frank Sanchez? Yeah, we think pretty highly of Frank Sanchez, man. We picked him over F.A. Java.
I can't lie. I am a fan of Frank Sanchez, but since I learned about the Laniero Perro dude beating him 6 times in the amateurs, it made me think about him a little bit differently. It made me start thinking maybe I should start looking at Perro because he is a southpaw. He then came out the Cuban boxing school. They got a little footage of his fight against Bruzon on YouTube. I was looking at it earlier. That was like a firefight too. So they showed me that he got some toughness to go along with his skills. I'm thinking that we should start looking at Perro. But I do like Sanchez too, but I think Perro might be like a half a level above him.
Yeah, D said the only Cuban boxer I don't like is Bartholomew. Carrot
I
Top.
don't like him or his brother.
Carrot Top. But yeah, yeah, we can get into some more bud bashing. What's another chink in his armor?
Okay, yeah, let me say something about the other thing Trey said. When it comes to that accident situation, right? Like you know what I'm saying, like when it first happened, I was one of them people saying I didn't even really want to see him fight Danny Garcia right back. I wanted to see him fight a softer touch, like I think I mentioned somebody like Josecito Lopez, you know what I'm saying, one of those guys like that, thinking that they might be the kind of guy he need to ease himself into. And I got lambasted for that too by Spence fanatics. Like, oh man, Spence said he wanted to. So okay. So I'm like, well, you know what, man, if him and his team say he ready, then hey, it's all good. And of course, when I did my breakdown, I picked Spence to beat Danny, so I believed in it. You know what I'm saying? I believed that if he got through a successful camp, that he'd be ready for what Danny brought to the table. Because Danny just never impressed me. You know what I'm saying? Danny hadn't impressed me since the Lamont fight. So, that's how long I've been looking at Danny Garcia's side eye. So, you know what I'm saying? I was glad to see Spence go out there and do what he did to him. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think Danny, got done turned into, one of those. Well, he been one of them diva type selective guys. I think he's a cool fighter, but I just think sometimes he a little, finicky about who he wants to fight and when he wants to fight and stuff like that. But then when the situation happened with the eye injury, I definitely, just thinking about other fighters and what they gone through with the retina injuries and stuff, I definitely said that I wanted to see Errol ease his way back into the top tier. But of course, Errol came out and made that statement saying that, that was, basically that was for guys that, weren't sure of themselves, or however he phrased it. So, once he said that, of course, his fans, they ran with that. So they didn't want to hear, anybody's talking, like when I would say, I don't want to see him and Terrence Crawford fight right away, I got accused of protecting Terrence Crawford. So I was like, okay, if he can't get the Ugas fight because Ugas was tied up in that, nonsense that the WBA had going on. I was like, if he can't get the Ugas fight and he say he want a title shot, he want a unification bout, ain't nobody out there but Crawford. So at that point, yeah, I was pushing for the Crawford fight. But at the same time, really had my fingers crossed that, the Ugas fight could still be made. You know what I'm saying? Because I really didn't want them guys to fight with Errol coming off of no. I don't want to miss the fight. Don't get me wrong, because that's my biggest fear, that we just ain't gonna get the fight. I ain't gonna say my biggest fear, but my biggest concern about that fight is that we gonna mess around and just don't get the fight. Period. But when it comes to the Ugas fight, I was like, man, I'd rather see Spence get the Ugas fight coming back. Not to say that Ugas, can't hurt him if he ain't right. I'm just trusting that he and his team know what they doing, and that if he ain't ready, he ain't gonna be there on fight night. But I just felt like Ugas was the fight he really wanted anyway. It made the most sense business wise with them being both PBC fighters, and I also wanted Ugas out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like it wasn't right what the WBA was doing to Ugas. So that was the fight I wanted to see. So I was never one of them people like advocating for Spence to have to fight Terrence Crawford right away. It was like, to me, that was a secondary choice if he couldn't get the Ugas fight. That's why y'all don't hear me complaining about him getting the Ugas, fight Ugas instead. That's the fight I actually wanted.
All right. I definitely did see. I do see a lot of that energy though, man. I just think people trying to be opportunistic and just catch the man slipping, so they gotta have the edge. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even thinking about you when I said that. I was really thinking about people that I see in your comment section, because I might come in there and just say some old regular shit. I might just say something like, "Hey man, I want to see the fight. Hopefully, we see the fight in 2022 or something like that." Then they'll jump over there. Well, damn, Trey X, Earl Spencer ducking and this and that, and just start going in. And I don't even be in the mood for that shit. I be about to tell him, man, if you don't get your ass off my post and shut the fuck up and leave me alone.
Hey,
But I be like,
I don't care what chat you go in, who comment section, whether somebody, if I make a video in support of Errol, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be ducking, man. It like, that's just like the new norm in boxing, man. It like people can't see the business is really what's messing up boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like the boxing, the business of boxing got away from the business of boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's like boxing is the business, and they forgot that. So it's like everything's always in the way, and it's the fans are last, and it's all this other stuff. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like every time it's something going on with two guys, it's somebody got to be ducking. You know what I'm saying? It just can't be that these guys really aren't in control, and they got to wait till they get the green light for the fight. But it's got to be ducking one way or the other. That's just the narrative that folks gonna run with. And you know, if you try to say otherwise, they ain't gonna agree with you.
well, that's a polarizing topic and stuff. And when it comes to stuff like YouTube, it pays to be polarizing. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why they would take that stance. I just saw Lala D talking about Keyshawn Davis. She said she was surprised that he lost to Andy Cruz in the 2021 Olympics. Do you remember what Keyshawn Davis's record is against Andy Cruz?
It's like 0-4, ain't it? 0-5 now.
I thought it was like 1-3.
He beat him one time.
I thought he beat him one
I
time.
didn't think he beat him at all. I thought he lost to him every time. I thought he lost to him 3 times, I believe, and this was the 4th time.
You might be right about it. You probably right. I don't know why the fuck I saw 1-3. Well, you might be right, but I know that he got a losing record against him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can't be
But you know what though?
surprised.
To me, Andy Cruz, and I could be wrong, and he may never. I don't know if he defected and turned pro, but I doubt it. But honestly, looking at his style, it don't really look like it would translate well to the pro style from the fights I saw. I saw 2 of the fights.
Well, I saw him landing some pretty good counter punches and stuff. I'm trying to think of the name of this guy that I saw him fight, because he fought another pretty good American amateur, and he was able to counter punch him and stuff. I was pretty impressed with that. In my opinion, I thought that Keyshawn Davis's fight with him was tougher than Shakur Stevenson's fight with Robeisy Ramirez. Because Shakur, he also fought a Cuban, but he fought a Cuban that's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist now. But I think that Keyshawn had the tougher opponent. I got a lot of respect for Andy Cruz. I think he very talented, and I think he got some good skills. I don't know what his record is though, but I think he'll translate.
Yeah, me too.
He got a lot of confidence too, man. That's one thing about them Cubans that I noticed. Like, they like to smile and laugh, and they just got this confidence that you can see in their face. Like, I was speaking on that about David Morrell, because I was comparing him to Esrelandi Laura. I see that in him. I see that in a lot of the Cubans, man. So it's just something about that Cuban confidence that I like.
Hey, let me touch on that, because that's what I was trying to talk on when I came in earlier. You know, my mic went to acting a fool. You know, the Ortiz versus Charles Martin fight. That's what, like, when I went back and watched it. Of course, when I watched it, I already knew the outcome. But even with that, I went back looking, and I was like, man, Ortiz never really looked like he was concerned. Even out when getting dropped and stuff, it's like it almost looked like he was. It almost looked like he was stalking Charles Martin to the point that he was like do whatever you doing and do it the best you can, because once I catch you, it's over. You know, when he was grinning, you know what I'm saying? I know maybe some of it was embarrassment or whatever, but he just seemed like he had this quiet confidence about him that he knew that it was just a matter of time. And once he caught Charles Martin right, then it was gonna be over.
I agree with you on that. I was noticing that too. Like he had a smirk on his face every single time Charles Martin got some good work off, and he just had that Cuban confidence that we were just speaking on. You know what I'm saying? So I did notice that. Salute the haplotype, the historian, man. I ain't even see y'all from here. Lala D said she gonna thumb down another one of your videos because you trying to diss Andy Cruz going pro. D-Lo.
Okay.
Dari Pennant said, welcome to the gym. This is your first time. He said, there is better quality of heavyweights now than the Klitschko era. I can agree with you on that. Haplotype said, do you think boxers from Cuba would be as good if not for the restrictions of the Castro regime? I wonder sometimes. I think so, man. Cause like sometimes I like to go back and look at Felix Savon and what's the other one? I can't even think his name. You know they got three.
Tefilo Stevenson.
Teofilo Stevenson. I go back and check them fights out on YouTube sometimes, and those guys were very talented, man. I kind of think if they had the opportunities to go pro, I think they could have went down as like some top 10 heavyweights of all time. I think they were that talented, and one of them was fighting. I think it might have been Teofilo. No, I can't remember which one it was, man, but I know that George Foreman was ringside and he was commentating, and they was asking him how do he think that particular heavyweight would fare in the pros, and he said that he think that he will be right there at the top with the best, and he feel like that he would have been very tough to beat. Those guys, they had the frames and stuff. Both of them, they were tall, long, had nice right hands, got good ring coverage. Fight with a little rhythm, off rhythm sometimes, can counter punch. I think they would have had a chance to be very, very good pros, man. I had asked that on the corner one time too, on one of the historians. I think it might have been Xavier the boxing nerd or something. He got on me pretty tough for saying that I think they could have been potentially like some top 10 heavyweights of all time. I just think they had that type of potential. And then whichever one is the one that had fought it in the 80s, he was out there beating the brakes off them people like Shannon Briggs, or that might have been the 90s, huh? Well, yeah, he was knocking one of them knocked Shannon Briggs out in one round. It was a few of them motherfuckers they was out there whooping, man. They were running through people. So I think they could have been pretty good.
Hey, Larry Gamboa gave him a run for his money too.
Yeah, he did. I agree with what he said too, though. I also think he might have been a little bit better too if he would have got a chance to come turn pro earlier. You know, so I think how many amateur fights Gamboa got? Like 450? I don't think I ever seen like a straight record, but I know he got like 400, 450 amateur fights. How old was he when he turned pro? Like 27, 26? I think it would have helped him a little bit better to turn pro earlier. Lala D said, but Trace, I think haplotype is saying the Cuban boxing school in itself is credited to Castro. Correct me if I'm wrong. Haplotype said, do you think boxing from Cuba will be as good, if not, for the restrictions of the Castro regime? I think I answered the question right. I thought he was saying like, do I feel like the Cuban boxers would be as good if they wasn't restricted and they was able to turn pro and stuff? So I think I answered it right because I was saying that if Teofilo Stevenson and Felix Savon, if they would have turned pro, I think they would have had a chance to be like some top 10 heavyweight.
Yeah, Gamboa was supposedly 25 when he turned pro.
Oh, 25. Okay, that ain't that bad.
No, but I don't know. Gamboa like one of the ones make you wonder if he wasn't younger because he like the opposite of most of them Cuban guys because he actually looked younger than he is.
Yeah.
But Laura don't seem to have aged either. But you know what I'm saying? Like Laura, Gamboa, hell, Rigo look old.
but he ain't aged much either. You know, he still look the same.
Yeah, he look old, but he still fight kind of young. Like he got pretty good reflexes and stuff. He just
Right.
needs to throw more punches, but he still look pretty good.
Yeah, these guys that don't look like they was. I'm just saying, like facially, they don't look like they aging. But you got the guy like, well, even Luis Ortiz, he still look the same. He looked old ever since he got here.
Well, when you sent me that damn picture on Messenger, I had me laughing like a mother.
Me too, man. They cold for that shit right there, man. Talking about boxing and Jack Johnson time and shit.
Yeah,
They
the guy that's standing beside Jack Johnson.
and circling him out. Like then the same pick which one is Ortiz. They like this is him for sure, right? They pick his lined up though. Hey, y'all ready to shut it down though, man? We've been over this motherfucker for almost 3 hours.
Yeah, we go ahead and shut it down. You want to kick it off, D-Lo?
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all having me on. Sorry I had all these technical difficulties. Couldn't really get nothing off, man. But I appreciate it as usual, man. Just so y'all know, I will be doing a live. It's probably gonna be Thursday, but I'll make sure I hit y'all up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all be available. You know what I'm saying? But I plan on doing live Thursday evening, probably about around 7 my time, Eastern time. But
Breaking news, motherfucker. No, I'm fucking with you, man. We'll pull up.
no, seriously though, man. I know I don't ever I'm gonna go ahead and put the little thing go ahead and schedule it, you know what I'm saying? I don't ever do that like I'm supposed to. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I want some help. I don't want to do it by myself. That's why I'm saying just putting that out there.
Oh, you inviting us to get on the panel for the first
Yeah.
time with your stingy ass.
Oh man, it ain't like that. Hey, I don't be want to do invite nobody. Then don't go live. Then y'all gonna say, man, I ain't y'all stop taking me serious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just playing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm definitely gonna make sure I clear the schedule so I can do that one on Thursday. I'm gonna go ahead and set the reminder up and everything before I lay it down tonight. But man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. Great show. I catch y'all on the next one, man. If I don't catch y'all on my channel first.
So man, I'm pull up.
Appreciate it, man. Peace.
Appreciate you.
Hey man, I'm gonna say these read the couple of comments, then we're gonna go ahead and burn off. Dari Penny said, "Does anyone think the WBC Bridgerweight division is going anywhere in boxing? Yes or no?" I'm gonna say that it's gonna be like a cruiserweight 2.0. So if you consider cruiserweight successful, I guess you can consider this successful. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see nobody keeping up with no Bridgerweight. Happily Tyson, no doubt there will always be some good Cuban fighters. Kid Chocolate, Kid Gavilan, Kid Chocolate, both of them kids. Hell, not saying some guys wouldn't be good. The Cuban boxing school is almost like a prison to turn out great amateurs. So you saying you think they wouldn't be as good if they didn't have to go through that prison? That prison, I guess. Then Adari Penny said the WBC Bridgerweight division is a bad idea for boxing. It should be abolished, also canceled. Waste of time. The Happy Tyson, and I'm not sure that it will be quite the same without boxing prison. By the time they escape and turn pro, they have heavily experience and less damage. Yeah, I think the boxing prison helps them be good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think they definitely do have an impact on the shit. Yeah, they got to go to a goddamn, like you said, a Cuban boxing school, a Cuban boxing prison. Then Larry Listen said depends on who is going to fight for that title. If they get good contenders, it might be. Well, for right now, I can only think of the guy that won the damn championship, and that's Oscar Rivas. Hell, that's the only Bridgerweight that I can think of off the top of my head. But I appreciate y'all coming through, fucking with us, man. We be back on Friday. If don't nothing take place, you know what I'm saying? Like if Marlo don't have to do nothing, if I ain't got to do nothing, we gonna try to come in here and call the showbox fights. They got some pretty decent fights. They got 5 undefeated prospects, and they got another prospect that's 17-1-1, and he got 406 amateur fights. They all fighting against each other. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know how showbox is anyway. It's real unpredictable. It's a lot of upsets and stuff pretty frequently. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna come through and try to cover that, man. Have some fun with it, show some love to the youngsters, And I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. Y'all come through and fuck with us, and then after that, we gonna come back with some more shit, man. Salute to everybody.
Yeah, real talk, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all already know it's always fun and respect coming through here chopping it up, man. We gonna see y'all Friday. Everything line up. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, man. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls, get the fuck out my gym.
You
Peace.
heard them. Yeah.